couple of fish. Damn. Horizontal stream. Nope. We're vertical, baby. We're vertical, baby. Oh my gosh, bro. I got you so good. I got you so good. You really thought. Oh man. No, no. Horizontal stream will be the next stream will be horizontal. I can't keep this vertical shenanigans up for long. Okay. My level of laziness. It only extends so far. What's up, Big Steve? How's it going? How's it going? Yeah, honestly, I totally forget what I put the title. I think it's like isopods, mystery box for Jodi P, and etc. But actually, I got a lot of stuff I wanna yap about. Ooh, what you up to? It's one of those days where you're like, man, I just wanna talk about fish. For me, my only option is to go live. So look, you guys are doing me a favor here. I need to get this off my chest. I gotta talk about the fish stuff and the ice spots. Oh, what's up, Cheryl? What's up, Bob Bravo Mystery Box? Yes. So, as you might have heard, Jodi P sent me a box very generously of Bug Buffet, some of her purple mystery snails, which are very, very immaculate, by the way. So, if you're looking for purple mystery snails, Jodi P, I can recommend. And I gotta send her a box back. So I'm not gonna say everything I'm putting in the box. I'm gonna pack some of it on stream, and Jodi, don't spoil this. Just close your eyes or something. But I'll be subtle about it. But I do want to get it packed up. What do you initially feed your Elisoma fry? Oh boy, oh boy, Steve, Steve, oh Steve. Let me think. I say it like that because I've had such a hands-off approach to breeding the Elisoma. But the tank that they're in, I kind of just regularly throw in, vinegar eels, micro worms, that kind of thing. That's kind of how I go about it with the Elisoma. Kind of just throwing that stuff in. I'm gonna put it on the isopods for a moment. For a moment. Well, actually, I get some vinegar eels together because that's how I roll. Better not say magic fry food. Yeah, no, they did not eat the magic fry food. Yo, what's up, Jodi P? I mean, golden pearls. LOL. Yeah, the I'm doing a powdered food comparison thing eventually. I gotta gather all the different golden pearls. For the aquatic isopod people, I kind of wanted to just, I've talked about all this stuff before, but it's good. Repetition's good, right? So, also, how do I sound right now? Because I have no idea. But I'm packing up some stuff. I'll be shipping out some isopods tomorrow, and someone was asking in a Discord about culturing them for pea puffers, and just had me in the isopod mode again. So I just kind of wanted to show off. So if you ordered any isopods recently, this is where your isopods came from. If you ordered isopods from me in the last month or two, probably most of them came from this tank. This is a 2.5. It's been running for a little bit. I actually do have it drilled, which I'm not even gonna talk about that right now, but that's a whole other story. But I take about 200-ish, 200 to 300 isopods out of this tank every month. This is my most productive culture, really. And, it doesn't necessarily look like much. It's not like there's like a swarm of them, but you're just going to have to take well, I mean, you can't see a good amount of them. And, I was kind of just thinking, yo, what's up, Girl Gone Nano? that is a funny name. Yo, why? How come all of Jodi's P's friends have like great names and great sayings? Like we got bougie bish fish, like all this. Like I need like some advice on how to come up with these kinds of things. I need a new moniker. But yeah, I take about 200 to 300 isopods out of here a month for various reasons. And I just wanted to highlight it just to show, you don't need a ton of space for the isopods, and this is one of my favorite tanks to watch. Even though it's just a little 2.5, I do have some plants in there. When it comes to collecting them, if you go to Aquapods LLC, has some great videos. We put some broccoli, and it's like a billion isopods uh, crowding everything. Well, I don't quite have that level of density, but I do like to do little points of interest where I put food, and usually it's some kind of rock. So I like this little broken air stone here for them. They tend to collect on that kind of stuff. Jody says, "Look, I'm helping without a wrench." Him. Okay, how do I mod people from my phone? All right, there you go. Jodi P, you have a wrench. Now, I don't want to hear any more complaining. And Jorge, you're not getting a wrench. I'm gonna come up with some arbitrary condition for where you get a wrench. But Jodi P, I feel like I cannot deny her wrench at this point. All right. LOL. Woohoo! Woohoo! Oh my gosh. People talk about seeing their isopods. I always say, it's population and setup. So it's also just showing like a setup where you clearly see isopods out in the open. Steve said, I just did that. I have 4 different sizes of golden pearls. Going to put it under a microscope. All right, I'm going to wait for you to do it, and then I'm going to react to you doing it since you're doing all the work for me. Fine. Sure, go ahead. But seeing your isopods, yeah, part population, part, how it's set up. Like I said, points of interest, little rocks, pieces of wood, like the stone wall. These are things I like to collect on and walk in the open. I like little cocoa core pits. They really like climbing in around them, but obviously not the best for base stream purposes. So I only have it in one corner in this tank. I'll base stream them from over here. Jodi P says, thank you, sir. Thank you for your service, Jody. Big Steve. A little laughing emoji, thinking emoji, causing trouble. Honestly, Steve, I've been behaving myself. Are you gonna take up the mantle of fish tube troublemaker? I'm ready. I'm ready to root for you. Oh, and now we got a link to Big Steve's YouTube. If he does do his little Golden Pearls comparison, then you can see it in there. We got damn verticals. I know. This is the last vertical stream. I'm not trying to like game numbers or anything. This is pure laziness. Okay, because if it's vertical, I can do very minimal. I can do very minimal. This door's broken. It doesn't stay shut, so that's why this wire's here. It kind of looks like a dungeon room I lock Ada in or something. Yo, can we get the background with some fish takes, please? God damn, it's a mess in here. All right, I'm gonna have to figure this out. Yo, Poo2, our head mod in chief, Poo2 has arrived. So now, if you misbehave, you might get banned. Too many mods in here. I agree. I agree. I'm no more mods. No more mods. No one can guilt me into making a mod. No, a single person. This is it. This is it. I mean, I have someone called Bare Bottom Branton on my mod team. Like, uh, I don't know if this is what we want to be promoting. You know, like why couldn't it have been like Yoga Pants Branton or like Lululemon Bottom Branton? Cheryl said, "Get over it, Branton." Oh my gosh! But okay, that's enough of this. This is just like for isopod people. Every now and then, someone will comment like, "Hey, I got isopods from you. Like, thanks for posting this." So, if you got isopods from me, this is a tank that most likely your isopods may have come from. And you may have noticed I've actually almost managed to get rid of most of the snails out of here, which I've been working on. Just just pure competition reasons. So once I get all the snails out, I'll start tossing fish eggs in here. Brighton said, "Did mine come from this tank?" Okay, well, yours were actually a little bit longer ago. I'm gonna guess yours came from this tank. Actually, I'm gonna guess. So I kind of like I'll cycle through tanks I'm using to ship isopods regularly as the kind of boom and bust. And Poochie says spent the last hour looking for my neighbor's dog. Man, I hope they find them. Very nice for doing that, man. Lou Liggins, Brenton, you can collab with the other lady, Florina. Yo, Florina, let's collab. I'm a professional. I'm a professional. That's it. That's all I got. But yeah, Brian, I think your isopods probably came from this one. This is a culture that's off rotation. Basically, kind of as the population has an explosion of young isopods, I like to ship the young isopods because they basically are never DOA. Whereas when I ship larger adults, like this is not the one closest to us, the one to the right on that charcoal. That's like the size I like to ship them in, if I can. Or like that one back there, where they're like big enough to see, but still smaller where they got some room to grow. Or like that one falling. That's just the size that I have the most success with. Once it gets bigger, like especially that one, which actually is gravid, I think, like those you'll have one or two DOAs if the whole bag is full of them. Steve says he will forever be known as Lululemon Bottom Brighton in my head. Oh god. I mean, I do think it's an improvement. Florina can't handle this. How are the snails doing, Steve? Oh, review, review. But yeah, Brighton, this is I believe where your isopods came from. If not there, then possibly this 2.5, which is gonna have some bad glare. But this one right now is another one that's on cooldown as I wait for the next wave of young isopods. Yes. But I've been slowly working on getting all the isopod tanks snail free, not because I'm worried about shipping people snails like most people ordering isopods aren't concerned about that, and that's not really much of a problem since I'm getting them out with a turkey baster. Like honestly, because I have to get them out with a turkey baster one by one, like any potential quote unquote contaminant, like I can pretty easily filter out and get rid of. Like that's one person was like, you didn't send me, XYZ amount of isopods, or like they were invisible, the bag was empty. I was like, look, I have to baster out every single one. I know, like I know. Unfortunately, I do remember a lot of the orders that I should associated names. Branton, I was scared your man killer offed my mail for a while. Then they both came out of their hut. I'm glad they're super cool. Nice, Jody. That's exciting. Okay, okay. That's not when I finally get another male Nanakara amnala. Am not. How do you say that? The golden eyed dwarf cichlid. When I finally get another male one of those, that's how I'm gonna feel because I think one of the most beautiful fish I've had was my male Nanakara. He was so pretty, and I had him in one of the low boys. And one day the females just all snapped and killed him overnight while I was asleep. Pretty upsetting, man. It's women can't live with them, and you can't live with them if you're a golden eye dwarf cyclone. It could be a very dangerous situation. Yep, I was at House of HOT, Steve says, which is a local fish store near us, House of Tropicals. I was there today. I did see they had them, but I couldn't. I didn't. Well, one, I was there for dry good stuff anyway. I'm still trying not to buy any new fish. I don't know if you guys remember last month I did. I did a no buy new fish ban. I'm focusing on breeding. I'm still kind of not buying new fish, but I did go for some dry good stuff, and I did look. Okay, I did look, but could not tell if there were any males in there for sure. So I did not end up picking up any of those guys. I'm just gonna catch some isopods real quick. You've bought new fish, quit lying. Look, one or two pickups at an auction doesn't count because I'm getting rid of fish at those too. So it's still a net loss. No new fish ban. What kind of bullshit are you? Look, I'm trying to beat Aaron and the Breeder Awards uh, points. So I'm not buying new fish because I need to focus on breeding all the species that I have. Okay, that's what the no new fish ban is about, and it's been successful. I need to finish my BAP forms, but I should have gotten 130 points from the last auction once I finish counting it all up. And I gotta win. Look, I hear you. I know what I'm saying doesn't make any sense to you kind of people, and by you kind of people, like obviously, I'm one of you. Just right now, I'm trying to practice a little bit of what do they call it? Moderation. See, how do I got a bunch of mods in here, but no one knows anything about moderation? That's the problem. That's why we have such pandemonium in the chat all the time. You guys don't even know what the word moderation means. What am I doing with my phone, bro? I need to go to like a phone holder. This is getting ridiculous. Wait, I got this stool. My phone is magnetic, right? So I'll just put it on this stool. Yeah, okay. Okay. All right. How does one participate in a local in a breeder award program with no local club? Glad you mentioned that. That is something I've been thinking about. Um, it's something I've been thinking about with the just kind of people that have no clubs near them in general, and just in our tanks and things like that. So we want to do a in our tanks meetup in July. I need to plan, but since we're kind of a breeder focused group, I thought it could be interesting to do kind of BAP stuff with it. So something I'm thinking about. Something I'm thinking about because I do think breeder awards programs like it's like a silly thing to compete, but like it does motivate you to keep breeding stuff, not just to make money. Because honestly, if it's a hobby, you're doing it for fun. Like money, it just is not very motivating to me to breed stuff. If it was, then I would just like dedicate all these tanks to like isopods and elisoma, and then just never breed another fish again. But um, yeah, no, I think that would be cool. So, kind of the in our tanks thing is like we're starting to think of ourselves as a breeders guild. So yeah, breeder award points could be cool if you did something like that online auction and you bred it. Then that could go towards breeder award points for something. But yeah, maybe I gotta talk to Chad and get some ideas on that. But I don't know. Let let the online auction people know that that's something I'm interested in. Um, if they want to start a BAP thing for stuff submitted to that auction, I think that'd be pretty cool. Just saying. Just saying. You guys should know Nick went in my pockets last Sunday. I wasn't going home without those betas. Oh my god, bro. Yeah, yo, Steve saved. So at the auctions, like Steve saved me multiple times with the bids. So I've said before, when you go to the club auctions and you put stuff in, I did use some minimums, like $10 minimums or something. Just honestly, just because I saw Aaron was doing, I was like, okay, I'll do $10 minimums. Like, but in general, you're submitting stuff for breeder award points. You're submitting stuff to support the club, give people a chance to get nice fish um, as juveniles or whatever to raise up, or just adults for a really nice price that maybe they wouldn't otherwise be able to afford, or they're hard to find, et cetera, et cetera. Like the wild babes, you know. So I don't ever really try to have too much expectation for what things will go for money wise, because that is a path to hurt and despair in these auctions. But Steve came through multiple times on items that he actually seemingly wanted and was fighting for, and the betas were one of them. I had four of the strawberry betas, the beta margaritatum, however you say it, and it got bid up, I believe, to 40. And it was actually pretty. It was a pretty fun bidding battle. They were going back and forth. I think it got to 30, and then Steve was just like 40. And that's one thing I like about Steve because he bids on stuff exactly the same way I bid on stuff, which is when I want something and I'm in a battle with someone, I just kind of don't want to go up like do this like back and forth like $2 thing. I'm just like, oh, $10. The other person's like, okay, 15. Then I'm just like, okay, 30. You know what I mean? Like I like just showing full force, full intimidation, you know, especially if you're selling stuff in the auction and people have seen like, oh, he's had items already go for X, Y amount, so they know you're working off of money that you've made in the auction anyway. I like to intimidate people in a friendly manner by just letting it be known that I'm willing to crash out and spend all my money on this lot. So if they want to go deep, they can. But also, the dangerous thing about me is I bid on things for fun. Steve, I don't know if you noticed, but another thing about auctions, the more something goes for, the more money the club gets, the more money the seller gets. So I like to bid things up because it just kind of helps everything. And people, I don't know if everyone's noticed, but I'll just let you know, I bid on things I have absolutely no interest in just to get the price up very often. I did it in this last auction a lot. Actually, Aaron has some killifish up that I forget what I got them to, but like I was bidding on them quite a bit. I think I got one to $30, and then I dropped out. Um, my best day is still there was a PVAS weekly meeting, monthly meeting, and I bid up two items to $50 that I did not want and dropped out. Did not get stuck with them. So this is something I enjoy doing. Um, and I think if you go to auctions, you should definitely do that. It's fun and it helps everyone out, right? So, uh, I did that with the Quarries and last night's auction. Me too. Sometimes I feel guilty and give it to the person I was bidding against. Oh, you guys are too nice. You almost bought them and didn't want the. I mean, I'll do it for stuff that I still would actually kind of like, but yeah, there's lots of things that I just bid on for the love of the game. Honestly, the love of the game. Look, you'll be seeing some things, and Steve, I've seen you do this too when you're the auctioneer. You're good at that, where it's like it's going for nothing. You gotta at least throw like one or two bids up there. You know, one or two bids. Like, come on. Um, Aaron had some nice annuals. Uh, I would have bid on them to the death, except one of them like you have to wet them for like a billion years, and I still have to breed annuals. I haven't bred them yet. As far as raising up fry and stuff, so I was like, I'm not ready for that kind of commitment, but but I would in another life. They're very pretty. They're very pretty. But yeah, no fish, no buying fish from me. I've been summoned by the family. I'll be back if you're still going. Okay, perfect, guys. 100%. If I know somebody's going to go to 20, I'm starting to bid at 15. I don't have time to be starting at 2. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's something I've consistently said. Like I really like one thing I like about Scotty auctioneering is he is really good at like I feel like sometimes people are scared to start items higher because they know that people at these club auctions can be cheap sometimes. But really, a lot of people are willing to pay a higher price. Like you just have to get them there. Anyways, I like Scotty always starts out, I feel like, at really nice high baseline prices that are like still a good deal but fair. And even if he does have to lower it and play the game where okay, you lower it, then it gets back up to there, like he's not afraid to just throw a number out there and get rejected. And I think just as a seller or just as someone that enjoys auctions, it's a lot more interesting than yeah, okay, $2. $3, $4, $5, $6. Like, oh my god. I got to get the Unamax to BAP next month if I can catch them in the jungle. Wait. What's this? What's the Unamax again? I gotta be reminded of this if it's a shorthand. I'm still a noob. I'm catching isopods this whole time. Okay, if Jodi's still gone. Oh, Beta Unamaculata. Okay. Okay, Jodi's gone. You guys have to help me decide what I put in her box. So, of course, we're putting isopods in there. Some magenta mystery snails. But, like, and maybe some people know better than me. She said she was down with, like, a surprise or whatever. I do want to put some, like, fish fry or juveniles in there. I'm trying to think, like, what she's got space for. I was thinking maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I could do the betas. I could do some killifish. You guys tell me what you think. I 3D printed poops in the box I sent her. Yeah, she told me about that. You're hilarious, Steve. I was like, no, come on, bro. Come on. Little poops. Oh, gosh. But, yeah. I totally lost track of whatever I was saying besides talking about shipping people 3D printed poop. I don't know what's funnier, the joke or just the fact that you spent the time to print poop. Hey, we all have our passions. Some people like breeding fish. I may need some of those the next time I send L Fish something. What, the 3D printed poop? Yeah, you guys are devious. That's crazy. Hey, yo, imprint after. What's up, man? What's up? Yo, every time that just takes me back to the YG song. You know what one I'm talking about. I'd, I'd sing it, but Fish Tube ain't ready yet for that. We'll get there. But what's up, imprint? How's it going? Um, Sheesh. Right. Mystery box for Jodi. Okay, we're doing isopods. I'm catching isopods now. And we're doing mystery snails. But yeah, I'm trying to think which fish I should send. How's it over there in Isopod Land? Isopod Land is doing very well, thank you. I'm catching some isopods right now. Some things in Isopod Land not going so well. The next species of isopods I was doing a video on, I was redoing my air system, and they really need high oxygen. I messed up. I did not connect the air, and I lost a bunch. Like I had a ton, and I still have some, but like I don't have the large amount that I had before. So that's the one bad thing. But as far as the normal isopods that I got, yeah, they're all over the place. I'm back shipping them regularly, keeping them in stock. We're rolling. The oiled machine. Yo, I just started 4 more terrestrial isopod bins. Yo, does anyone want my dairy cow colony? I I need to start figuring out how to make food out of dairy cows, like drying them and grinding them up or something. I have too many. I thought I'd have more time for the terrestrial isopod stuff. I've really fallen behind. The dairy cows, though, like I feel like I think I got like thousands of them. It's insane. The lavas I have quite a few of too, actually. But those I'm a little bit more into. Actually, I happen to be right near them. Check out these guys. Porcelio escaba. Lava. Yeah, got a good amount of these guys. I just kind of feed them aquarium plants. As you can see, I just dumped a bunch in. I need to put some more cocoa in there because that's way too much water, so I need to soak that up. My fish eat them live. Yeah, some of my fish do eat the dairy cows live. Just I have so many small, I have so many small fish that it's hard for me to utilize them full. You know, I don't have quite that many big fish, but we're getting there. My geckos eat my powder isopods. Yeah, I don't see. I don't got any geckos. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how you guys keep up with the terrestrial and water and reptile and axolotl. Like, I'm struggling with this enough as it is. Yo, I'm supposed to add a venomous snake into the mix? Oh, hell no. Something's wrong with you. Something's wrong. You talk about the venomous snakes were only $100. Well, bro, I'd pay $100 not to have one of them in my house. If that was what was about to happen, I'd pay 100. The other guy's like, oh, I think venomous snakes should be minimum 1,000. I'm like, same thing. I pay 1,000 not to have a venomous snake in my house. Bob, I just got my first lychee yesterday. Oh, Sketty and Nona, happy Father's and future Father's Day to you all. Oh yeah, yeah, happy Father's Day, everyone. That goes to you too. All these fish and isopods. You guys are doing good work, truly. I'm telling you though, this Daphnia fry tank thing, I'm loving. I got Daphnia everywhere. I'm feeding everything Daphnia. I love Daphnia. I've not been hatching baby brine shrimp as much because I got all these other live foods, man. I got all these other live foods. I don't need the baby brine. It's fine. I just gut load the Daphnia with some spirulina. You can see them all green. Net them out. Watch them swim around. Oh my gosh. And then the magna, the adults are too big for a lot of fry to eat, so it's just this continuous food source as they make new babies. It's sickening, but it's glorious. It's glorious. So that's what I got going on over here. I'm preparing this tank to add more fry to. Um, and you can see I put a few Daphne in there. You can see they're starting to get populated. And then I will add some fry. Maybe I'll do that now actually, because I wanted to move a killifish pair into a tank, and we're kind of doing tank maintenance stuff. How do you water change your Daphnia tank? I'm afraid to suck them out. Um, so you just need to get a good guard for whatever you're using. So there is like fine enough nets and things like that. Um, Sometimes I'll take like one of those Daphnia nets on Amazon or something, like cut the mesh out and like rubber band that over whatever you're using to do the water change, and that should do the trick. But I'm sure there's better ways. But yeah, you just gotta get a guard. Big Steve's Glassbox lurk mode activated. Okay, man. Better not catch you lacking. And if we talk about you, you can't defend yourself now. So hey yo, I'm a 3D print Steve something special. No freaky. Just one more fish. Howdy. What's up, Jesse? Yo, I'm making big progress on that 40 breeder, man. I'm making good progress. I just got to raise the funds, but we're making progress there. Those Congo puffers are getting closer. I cleared out a bunch of the floating plants and debris, and I just got to suck out all the mulm because the tank's a mess, and get more of the cribs out. But honestly, I don't care if there's a few cribs in there. Poochie Bird says buy a reusable mesh coffee filter. Yeah, that could work too for the Daphnia guard. Poochie is a great person for Daphnia questions. They raised quite a few Daphnia. I'm just a novice. I just use them for these fry tanks. This is another isopod Daphnia tank. So you can see I just seed them with the Daphnia. They start going. And then I throw some fry in. This one has fish from the last auction. They're a little bigger than the fry had in there before. So the Daphnia population, it is shrunk. It is shrunk considerably. So there's some Scyphia fry, some Procatopus fry. There's Congo tetras. There's Northos. It's a crazy world in there. Voodoo Bird says the coffee filters. Bruh, I switched the camera before I got up looking at the take. Got my feet kicked up in the air looking crazy like whack 100. I got a pack and they work great to filter everything but paramecium. All right, there you go. Coffee filters. It's not just for coffee. And it's not just for filters. It's also for Daphnia. Is that the sound of your carts filling up right now? I think so. All right, what am I doing? Let me get. Oh, right, all right. We got to get the magenta mystery snails. So let me go to my tank that has the snails with the good shells. I got too many magentas all over the place. So it's like I have the tanks I'm specifically raising them to trade, sell, etc. And those ones tend to be nicer just because the tanks are a little less chaotic, less stress, better diet. Shells tend to be very nice, even with my not ideal water. But we can overcome these. We can overcome these challenges. Where is my tweezers? I can't overcome anything without the tweezers, bro. See, I put all these magnets and stuff in here, and the problem is, not only do I have to remember to use them, but then if I do use them, I forget that I got the magnets, and then I still can't find anything. It's such a painful. He said, "Flip the camera. You want to see the stew?" I don't have as real of a stew anymore. I sold it to my DJ. I sold it to my DJ. You're just gonna see a mic stand and a lonely isolation sphere. No, just kidding. I actually don't have one of those. Rip, I spoke too soon. Vertical stream. Yo, how did you type like before the stream started horizontal stream, and just now we're noticing that we did the vertical? It's crazy. Crazy. I mean, I can't hate on you because you always hold it down, but you know what's going on, man? I thought we were solid. All right, all right. So we're gonna get some magentas. We got all this detritus. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I just took all the. I just did all the maintenance, all the floating plant removal. The floating plants have just been causing all my detritus problems. But okay, I'm liking. I'm liking how some of these snails are looking. Although dude, the phone is making it look so yellow in here, bro. What the? That looks like someone peed in the tank. This is crazy. Okay. Let's take some of these out and take a closer look. Did I set the? I scheduled the stream for tomorrow. Yeah, yeah, that was a mistake. Psych. Let's get some of these. Next time I stream, it will be horizontal. What the? That is okay. I just found a dead fish. That is unfortunate. I'll have to take a look at that. It's not pseudogastromyzon. It's the labogastromyzon. Anyway, the chantinensis have not been doing so well. I'm gonna try some dewormer again. I know Jodi said that she stopped having losses after she did this dewormer combo, and I'm kind of wondering if that's what is going on. Although I haven't like noticed any other issues with other fish. It just seems like my the chantinensis are just slowly dropping away. And they've been in here for a bit doing fine. So I don't know what's going on. Hey, but we back in it. We back in it. I'll figure it out. All right, so we got some magenta mystery snails. Oh, look at all the dust that I got in there too. It's beautiful. But actually, these guys are looking quite good. Let me get some light on these. Can really. Gotta run y'all. My Father's Day dinner is ready. Much love. Yo, happy Father's Day, Brandon. Have a good time. Okay, let's take a You always got to kind of inspect. So see this one on the right is kind of got a scratch. Not the biggest of deals, but we're sending to Jodi. So like I said, I have very soft water, so I can only hold myself to such a standard. But let's see, besides that guy, there's a couple in here I like. I'm gonna grab one or two more, and then we have to decide what else we're sending Jodi. You guys, I asked you guys for opinions, and you did absolutely nothing. You helped me at all. I'm kind of disappointed. I thought I would have more assistance. I really did, but you know, just for space reasons, I was like, I can send her some fry of a fish or something as a little surprise. You know, and she has time to figure out what to do with it. Do, 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 do. I'm trying to think what I should do. Who is Jodi? Jodi P, man. I did interview her on stream a little bit ago. Check that out. Great conversation. Very, very nice, competent fish keeper. Very into loaches. If you like loaches, Jodi is the goat. Couple of fish says I agree. All right, isopods. Check. Magenta mystery snails. Check. Now we just need to decide which fish fry. Now I'm leaning towards some percata fish fry because I just think that's cool. It be me. I just think that's cool. You know, we could do betas. Whoa, what did I just do? Did I turn my camera off? Ah! It's hard to say with Jodi. She has what she loves everything. Yeah. And see, I could do some betas. The strawberry betas. I do got a good amount of them floating around in here throughout the glare. As I stand here, they'll all come very creepily, sneak their way out. Man, what is up with you guys? Where's your dad at? It's Father's Day. Oh my gosh. Really? Anyways, I don't know where the big red guy is, but obviously you can see there's. Oh, yeah, that's another thing with these guys. They're so sneaky. The longer you look, the more you see. Is that Big Dad? No, but I do think that could be a young male. Ah, there's Big Dad. There's Big Dad. Because I've been trying to see when I could sex them at, and look at this. This is the first beta I would be confident saying that's going to be a male. Look at that. That seems clear. Like, it's the white outline. So that looks like that's a young male right there. You compare that to his dad, who does not want to get in the light. But see, I told you if I stood here long enough, they'll slowly start coming out. And that's one thing that's cool about the betas. They're very personable. They're very, you know, recognize you kind of fish. The YN beta. Yo, why does that fit so perfectly? That pretty much is what's going on here. Cause like it did seem like they're ready to square up or some shit. Like Dad's just like, I'm sick of all these YNs in here, bro. You got me in this damn 10-gallon with these degenerates. I know, bro. I know. Actually, I've had him on rest from carrying eggs for a bit. I'm about to put him back into service. But okay, I could send a pair of those to Jodi P. But what I kind of want to do is send her fry the Procatopus, 'cause I just think that's a unique fish, and it would be easy to incorporate anywhere after she's grown them out a bit. And I want to test shipping them. Jodi says I'm back for a bit. Oh, don't disregard anything I was just saying, Jodi. Disregard. Disregard. You didn't hear a thing. We were just talking about crickets. You ever raised any crickets, Jody? You know, they kind of hop around, make a very annoying noise, in my opinion. Crickets. All right, time to net some stuff out here real quick. No, but I fucked out of the world my property. We were having this conversation the other day, like which crickets are the worst, like the spider crickets. But then I wasn't even really aware of these like mole. I think it was like a mole cricket. I thought those were the worst, personally. Whatever those things were, they were hideous. And there's like what the camel crickets. I don't know if these are like any of these overlap and they're like the same thing with a different name, but as far as crickets go, there's a lot of options of some really hideous creatures. And I haven't really met too many people that seem to like them. Like they kind of have all the things you wouldn't like about it. The insect type thing. They're loud. They're ugly. They like to carry parasites. I don't know. If we got some cricket lovers in the chat, stand up. I'll take a video tonight to share their beautiful song with you, Nick. Oh wow. See, Jody is always so thoughtful. How do you just always know what I want? You know? Clearly. Clearly I want to hear some crickets. How did you know? I'm telling you. Jody's just different. Crickets also carry horsehair worms. Exactly. Just listen to the stream? Wait, what do you mean? Speaking of which, no one answered me. I actually don't know what the sound on the stream is like right now, so apologies. This vertical stuff is out of pure laziness. I'm sorry. I won't let it happen again too soon, at least. It'll happen again, just like I'll try and space it out. It's just that it's easier for me to just like commit to this lower effort stream, and then I can still do my fish stuff. I can still get to talk fish, but I don't have to worry about the details as much. But I do want to have some conversations with people this week. Oh, you said sounds good. Perfect, perfect. I do want to have some conversations with people this week. Let me know if there's any topics people will be interested in. I haven't reached out to folks. I'm kind of a last minute planner. If anyone's gone on stream with me, you may have noticed. But if there's any kind of topic you guys are interested in right now, either I'll just try and read about it and talk about it, or I'll find someone that actually knows what they're talking about, and I'll see if they'll talk to me about it. We'll do it like that. I still need to catch up on my fish podcast stuff. I haven't finished Jody and Bougie's podcast yet. Big Steve Glass Boxes is a good thing. Admission was half off. Admission to where? Where are you going this time? You were just at the reptile convention. Lurk mode deactivated. I still need to buy my ticket for the Clash. I'm kind of hoping that like some random thing will give away tickets or something. Like, do I want to pay to go and get jumped by the Fish Mafia? I don't know. Oh, admission was half off to your vertical stream. Oh my god. Speaking of which, I'm gonna do some members only streams soon. I don't know what I'm gonna do in them, but like this almost was a members only stream, just because I got to do something for the members. I gotta do something. Why don't you just finish a video? Shut up. Who said that? Steve, what reptile expo were you at? Did I read that? Do you ever just feel like when you're trying to catch a fish, the fish keep winning? and you're just demoralized. Like, I can't even beat a fish. Sometimes I do I do think about that. My place in the world. Is it really below this little fish? No doing only fish. You know, once I like once I start breeding some like more uncommon stuff to breed, maybe that's what I should do. I should just put all the footage of it under my members only. I kind of thought about that, like because I've said like I don't really want to like have to be trying to push memberships. Like, if people want to subscribe and stuff, that's fine. But like I don't necessarily want to incentivize it a ton. But um, one thing I thought about was, you know, one thing I could do is get high quality footage of different fish, and then I could put that under a membership tier, and I could say, hey, you can anyone that's my member of this membership tier can use this footage with credit. Here's a download link. And then if you want to make your own YouTube video about that fish and just need some B-roll, I could just upload all the B-roll I'm already taking of fish all the time, and then members or whatever tier could just use it. But I don't know. I also I don't know. It's an idea I had. I might just release footage in general. I might just release it in general. Let's see. Just show them breeding. Jodi had mom senses. Future sight is among them. Okay, Jesse, the one at the Clash Hotel northwest of Berks, I think they call it. Oh, Jesse said I was there too. I bought quail. Yo, I went to this park near me, and they had a thing of quail, and I was like, honestly, I never really seen like a bunch of quail that I could remember, but they were really cute. They're so small and they like run around all fast, like little dinosaurs. I thought the quail were super cute. I like them a lot more than chickens. The chickens are like psychopaths. Every time a chicken looks at me, I think it's gonna kill me. Gills to Gardens. Great username. Hello, my fishy friends, a newbie. So, a couple questions, real quick. One, do you make quote unquote reg content or just stream? In theory, I do make regular content, some species videos and other stuff. In practice, I do stream a lot because I am not the best at finishing videos. But if you stick around long enough, that could change eventually. I could get an editor or something, or maybe a lobotomy, and then I could say, yes, I do make regular content. Two, what's your favorite fish? Okay. My favorite fish, at least right now, I'm going to say my favorite fish right now is Nanochromis splendens. That's my answer. The answer to this changes regularly, but right now I'm really obsessed with the Nanochromis splendens pair that I have. And three, who's your favorite new subscriber? Gills to Gardens, you happen to be a new subscriber because you might be a top contender, but I don't know. Imprint after, he knew how to greet me the right way at the start of the stream. I don't know if anyone can live up to that standard in the chat right now. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, Johnny Best, what's up? What's up? Yeah, you guys might have to duke it out. I mean, I do think celebrity chat, fish tube chat boxing match. Come on. We got to live too many unks in the hobby. We got to live it up. I'm saying, bro. I'm saying. I'm saying. I mean, and unks is like that's like the best case scenario. There's some unks, but there's just a lot of OGs too. OGs, old heads. Holy. Oh my gosh. I caught the fish. Okay, I'm gonna catch a few more fish. Gills the Gardens, LOL, you called it. Well, Gills the Gardens, what is your answer to your own questions? Like, do you make regular content? It doesn't have to be about fish. Do you make regular content? What's your other question? What's your favorite fish? And who's your neighbor's? Actually, everyone put your favorite fish in the chat. I'll let you know if I respect your decision. If anyone puts goldfish in, uh, you know, I'll try not to say anything about the genetic abominations that you may or may not own. Goldfish are cute. Sorry, what? That's what I meant to say. They're cute. Cute fish. Love them. Cute fish and an even cuter snack. Never kept fish, but I'm setting up my first tank for pea puffers. All right, jumping in with something a little bit not typical. I like that. What? How you feeling? Are you feeling confident going into this pea puffer journey? This is the second live I watched from you, and I thought I subbed the first time, but I am now. So I'm glad you gave me a second chance, bro. That almost was not a sub. We could have never met ever again, or like maybe we'd meet like 20 years from now or something, like some How I Met Your Mother spin-off series based on two fish keepers that become best friends in a live stream chat and bond over killifish. Uh, Johnny Best said killifish. Do you have any ocean blue shrimp? I don't think ocean blues, but I do have blue shrimp. I just forget what variety they were. I've just been kind of culling them to the coloration I prefer. Imprint said your Scuds video was the first one I seen of you. Hey, that was a fun live. I do look. I've been trying to chill out, but I do enjoy, and I've said this. I just enjoy hating them. So you can't ever take things too. I just enjoy it. Your Scuds video was for as a fan of Scuds. I was salty. Hey, just because I'm the on the isopod agenda side and you're on the Scud agenda side doesn't mean we can't be civil. So look, I'll respect your lifestyle choices. You respect mine. My most personal fish was a beta. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. I've been these wild betas are the first ones I've really kept, and I've really been liking them. My favorite fish is the coelacanth. Tell me that another fish has better lore than those guys have. Okay, I know this is a vertical stream, but I gotta break out the laptop to look up this fish so I can see. I recognize the name, but I'm so bad with names I have to see it. All right, coelacanths are ancient lobed fin fish, once thought to be extinct, but rediscovered in 1938 off the coast of South Africa. They're often called living fossils due to their remarkably similar appearance to fossils dating back hundreds of millions of years. There are two known species, the West Indian Ocean coelacanth and the Indonesian coelacanth. All right, and here's a picture of them so you can see all of its terrifyingness. Doo, 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 doo. Look at that guy. Holy. Yeah, that's a cool fish. Oh, this one kind of's got a little gold coloration to it. All right, all right. A little less hideous. I'm into it. Oh, yo, I bet. Am I the only one that looks at this and like is reminded of their driver's license picture? Tell me I'm not the only one. Oh my gosh. Oh, but then you called out skeptical and you got a plus 100 rep for that. Hey, I'm glad you feel that way. So some people think I went too hard. You know, Jorge tried to blame me for skeptical leaving because I was too mean to him because of that live. Can you believe that? Now, the funny thing is the amount of comments like defending him on that old live has increased because now that his channel is basically gone. If you search skeptical aquatics, that video is the first thing that comes up. So now every person that does like skeptical, like I do feel bad if they search for his name, the first thing that comes up is skeptical aquatics is an idiot. So I kind of wish that he just upload a placeholder video, even if he's not going to upload any more videos, just upload anything so like I can stop getting these skeptical people bothering me. Imprint after Poochu says to them, Scuds are not welcome in my planet. Take pods, get the VIP treatment. Imprint said, I have and love both ISOs and Scuds. You know, I like Imprint because they said their first fish they're going to keep is a pea puffer, but it's not like they don't have tanks. They have isopods and Scuds. So they've been prepping the live food culture already. All right, all right. Jody says, hey, Nathan, Jesse, Johnny. Poochie Bird, you're getting a Scud airstrike. Yo, that is terrifying. Can you imagine? Can you imagine someone like breaks into your house and just dumps a bunch of scuds into your tanks? I can't think of much worse. Okay, Gills, they're finally answering the questions. I do make shorts now that we can do 3 minutes. Oh, we can? Okay. I might actually upload shorts because the 1 minute thing, I just can't. I can't do it. Can't. I don't even, personally, I don't really watch many videos below 20 minutes. So, like, making them myself is hard. That's one thing why I like I always say, I make content that reflects the content I consume. I will consume a lot of live streams of people just talking. That's most of the content I make these days. Empress said I thought that too, but I was dying. Yeah, yeah. Look, I did crash out a little bit on that, but I think a lot of people could tell I was just kind of having fun. Like it wasn't that serious, but you know, for someone that their channel is largely or was largely around obsessively making video after video about like father fish or prime time, whatever the target was for the week. Like dude seemed very sensitive to light criticism. And I found that to be odd with the content you put out, especially when you're faceless. So what's the problem? Pooch said now his chat GPT subscription just ended. Oh my god. It's okay. Another AI generated fish channel will take its place. Either that, or honestly, forget that. Can we get more? Can we get some more Florinas? Florina needs more competition. There's not enough fish thoughts on here. Come on, what's going on? We need some baddies in the online auction chat. Think about it. Think about the engagement. Like, bro, we need a Florina that don't got her kids and husband in every thirst trap video. Like, come on, I'm off that. We need some fresh talent. Someone that turns the light on their fish tanks at least. And can we put a back? Like, let's just make this a bit more believable. Like, I'm not immersed enough in the world for me to enjoy this. Big Steve says skeptical bounced. I mean, he hasn't posted videos. That's the word. Skeptical bounced. I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of a weird ending. I still think that like I think Father Fish Mafia fished him, sent him like a phishing email or something, hacked his account, deleted all the videos. That's what I think. He's got so small of either that or he's lying about his account getting hacked and he was just like, I don't got time for this anymore. Which more power to you, bro. Just L said I'm doing well. Thanks. All great to hear. Empress, I've been prepping with everything, bro, for 4 months now. Okay. Prepping for 4 months for the pea puffers. That is a good sign that you might actually be successful. That takes a lot of dedication and patience that I have often not had. And Putu also is commending you, Imprint. Good job. Putu is also someone that is very good at prepping. Patience and prep is your best friend in this kind of stuff. Johnny Best says, how many tanks you have in total? I stopped counting at 20. I hate when people ask me this question, so I decided I'll just never know the answer. Weaponized incompetence, basically. I don't know. I haven't counted in a very long time, and I'm not going to start now. I never liked him. Emoji Man, what if you still watching right now? Welcome to the party, buddy. Welcome to the party. Favorite fish in the fish room right now is three-way tie. Osmani's, Amazon Puffer, and Bundle of Pancakes Gardener Eye. Great, great choices. Love the Bundle of Pancakes Gardener Eye. I'm definitely partial to the gold Gardener Eye. Um, I picked some eggs for them, but I have both. I have P82s and the golds, and it is a very pretty fish. Talking about baddies with the fish keeping. What you talk about? Look, I'm just trying to expand the market for fish con. Look, it was just a tangent. It was a tangent. Come on. I was just talking BS. Come on. But I'm just saying, bro. Like, imagine, imagine. Oh my God, bro. Like, you walk into the. You know what? I'm gonna stop. Let's stop. You're right. We're in the fish keep. Forget I said anything. Puchu, he would be typing. We recognize his spider style tab before you. Facts. We call it a honey pot. Yo, what's up, Ross? Puchu, are you local? Do you go to Club's Clues? He got fatherfish. Yeah, I think Skeptical got fatherfish, bro. That's what I think. Cause like I was thinking about it, it's not very hard to like hack someone's YouTube account, quote unquote hacked. Like most likely it was like a phishing thing. Like you get an email, maybe it was like a PDF, like hey, here's a contract for a sponsorship. I don't know. Like it could just be that kind of thing. You open it and now they just have all your passwords. Steve, are you going to the LA Reptile Expo on the 22nd? Bro, what we got, they don't want. Oh my gosh, bro. Come on. Just I probably won't. I spent too much yesterday. Big Steve Putu says they used to live on the East Coast during college, but moved back to San Francisco for work. Wish I could hang out with y'all. Well, we're hanging out now. We're hanging out now. He got fished. What you get, Steve? I'm vending. Oh, man, you got everything. You vending that too? I got a breeding pair from local club auction. These are my first killies. I'm kind of hooked already. I love killifish, man. I have several killifish, and I am noticing they're starting to slowly become more popular, and I'm very excited. Well, not slowly. I feel like they're actually relatively quickly becoming more popular, and it couldn't happen to a better fish, in my opinion. I love killifish. Killifish do consume a lot of my tank space. Ross says 27 plus single fish baddies taken applications. That's what I'm saying, bro. Come on. I'm trying to look out for all my single fish keeping brothers out there, you know, and sisters. Just imagine if you went to a fish club and it was just a bit more diversified in attendance. You know what I mean? There's a little bit more for everyone, you know? Grandpa's got someone, Unc got someone, the YNs. Let's talk about it. They're not ready for this conversation though. Oh my gosh. Steve, I only got button quail and court nix quail. Oh, you only got two different quails? Wow. What a lightweight. Look at this guy. Can you believe Jesse, too, only has two species of quail? That poor bastard. We must stay focused, brothers. Hey, maybe you need someone to do the water changes. We take misogyny everywhere else in life. Let's bring it back to fish keeping. Come on. Baddies better than baddies are greater than baddies. The fine ones are married. Hey, bro, why do you think they had the clash at a hotel? If you know, you know. It's like a may as well go on a cruise next. Okay. How many fish baddie out there? I remember scanning the club crowds thinking, times are changing, man. This is what we gotta do. We gotta just gotta make the clubs lit again. That's That's been my mission. I think we'll get there. I think we'll get there. Sending prayers out for the lonely dudes in chat. Look, there's lonely of all varieties. You know, I mean, you go to these fish events, it is a lot of couples, so it does seem like this hobby is a great duo activity for people that can find another person that is also equally into it. And I think there's some people out there wondering, how the hell did you find? I mean, Imprint, your problem might be uh, you don't want to hear me say this, but you did say you're Team Scuds. I just think if you switch to isopods, you'd have better luck. Okay, this isn't from personal experience. This is just from what I've heard. From what I've heard, isopod agenda members, they have a little bit more luck in this department than the Scud evangelists. So don't tell Philip I said that, but it's just people are saying. People are saying, not me. People, real people. Okay, there's some interesting things going on. Impractor said low key. No, okay. I'm just gonna put a disclaimer. Actually, I'm not. Imprint said, "Hey, low key, some of the girls, some of the OnlyFan girls are into fish keeping. It's real. It's weird. Yeah, like that's what we were talking about, like with the Florina. I'll be on Insta and get fish videos only to check their accounts, and it's all OnlyFan ads. Yes, they got you. That's the honeypot that Ross was talking about. Hey, Ross, your message was retracted. What you say, man? I'm too slow. Armadillo Lizard said, "Hi, what's up? How's it going, Armadillo? If only isopods could swim, they'd win, but they'd be crawling. I could do that. Hey, some isopods can swim. Let me just put that out there right now. Let me dispel this notion, this false rumor that isopods can't, that all of them can't swim. Some of them can. Some of them can. We can't be spreading misinformation in this live chat. I'm gonna get Putu to bring down the ban." Joking. Imprint. Have you seen the dudes in Fish Keep? The pointing Spider-Man meme. Well, I think he was he was not saying he wasn't saying that fish keeping girls are weird. He was saying the OnlyFans fish keeping accounts were weird too. I believe I did read that another way when I first did it, but I was like, oh, he's just talking about but yes, I think it's a both ways problem. I think all parties can benefit from a little bit of a community reach out. You know, I've been saying like that's my biggest thing with the clubs is I think there's a large group of people out there that would be into it if you just provided the right environment, and then you'd see a lot more community gathering around. And you know, it can be awkward to talk about, but going to social events where you might potentially meet someone that you could spend time with, friendship wise or otherwise, is a big motivation for people. Like I'm near Baltimore, right? I'm not from Baltimore. I'm from the Baltimore metropolitan area, but like Baltimore is a city I've worked in most of my life. And if I had to pick a city to claim, like that's the city that I love. So I'm in the Baltimore subreddit quite a bit. And one of the most common things people post in there is, you know, I just moved to the city. And I think this is the same in a lot of cities. You always see that I just moved to the city. I'm single or whatever. Where can I go to meet new friends or, you know, find someone to date or whatnot? And you'll see a lot of the suggestions are based around going to events around a hobby. And it's like the Volo, like the sports stuff, mixed gendered sports stuff, and things like that. So, I think there's something to be said for that aspect of things making its way into these kind of events a bit more. If I was just like, someone purely thinking about attendance growth, I think that's something that is core. Steve said everyone knows the hot chicks are in the isopods. People are saying, Steve. People are saying. Imprint after said Florida. Get your hat on. Yo, for real, I'll get them now. Which ones? Gotta run later. I'll check back later. You're still going. Cheers, Steve. I'm a noob. I don't know what I'm talking about. Hey, we're all learning. Cough, cough. Some lady putting terrestrial isopods in water. Okay. We're gonna be messy in here. No worries, Imprint. It's all in good fun. Just L, but I've only subscribed to get to their OnlyFans. I'm only subscribed to their OnlyFans to get them post tank pics. I promise. Yo, go to a. If you want to see me argue about Florina, go to Mexicali Fish Keepers channel. He has a live stream. I think the title is like, "Is there a double standard in the fish keeping hobby?" And the one dude was trying to argue with me that like Florina was a legitimate fish channel and not just the OnlyFans advertisement, and that she was really into the hobby and stuff. It was pretty hilarious. If you want to see me discuss that, but it's about. It sounded basically what you were saying, Jess L. Like, well, honey, I'm only subscribed to see pictures of the fish tanks. All right, buddy. All right. Fuchu said the tanks. Peach emoji. Ross Baltimore said Lexington Market is so nice. Yeah, yeah. There's some really nice spots in Baltimore, man. Really nice spots. I've been going over there a bit more recently for work and stuff, and it's been nice. The problem where I moved, everyone's related to everyone. I have to leave the state to find someone. Oh man, that sucks. I have heard of places where this is a problem. I feel for you. Do feel for you. That's rough. I mean, how do you like go about like, let's go on this date, but first, can you swab the inside of your cheek so we can do some DNA sequencing? Like, how do you have that conversation? All right. I think I've caught most of the stuff for this mystery box. I'm not actually going to, I think, pack all of it tonight because I'll refresh in the water and bag stuff in the morning, but I like to catch it the night before. But then that just minimizes the time it's sitting around. Let me move my oscillating saw. I love this thing. I've been getting some tools, man. I'm getting some tools. That battery deal. Yeah. Get the battery pack, 2 free tools. Can't say no to that. I'm a degenerate. Ross said that was sarcasm. Listen, man, I'm just trying to go with the positivity, man. No, Lexington Park is fantastic. Come on. These people, they're not from here, bro. It's fine. Look, it's fine. We got Ross Baltimore. Come on. Come on. I want the optimism. You trim your nose, bro. I do. I'm a little bit behind on my personal grooming, though. Like my eyebrows, disaster. But that's a story for another time. Gold Osborne said, "There's this one moment where I found a girl. We talked a little bit. We're planning on going on a date. Then I found out we both went to the same family reunion." Oof, oof. Can't say I relate. Can't say I relate. Um, that's horrifying. I'm sorry for you. I feel for you. Um, you know, thoughts and prayers, all that jazz. You might have to look into that. What is it? Well, the immigration situation. depending on where you are. If you're in America, it's a little tricky. But you ever heard of mail order brides? I don't know. I might look into that. I'm not. I just, hey, there's a big need for green card marriages right now. It's not fraud if you're really in love. So Fuchu said, "Gold that is so cursed. I'm sending my condolences." Yeah. Jess said, Jess L said, "Gold. At least you didn't find that out after the date." Salient said, "I got the same DeWalt oscillating tools. Works great for a lot of things like the back plastic trim on glass tops." Yep, I definitely, you know, I figured, yeah, it was a tool deal. I already had a drill. It was kind of old, so like I got a new drill and I got that and I had my vacuum. But I got that for like, yeah, the trim stuff, but then also just little things like if I'm doing like a stand or like you can like level something out really quick or basically just doing little cuts here and there. I've been cutting things. I've been cutting little wood pieces with it, using it for things I shouldn't. It's fun. It's just fun to have something that cuts stuff. You know, you just want to use it to cut everything. Open a letter. Open a snack pack. Tie my shoes. Imprint said just manly things. I'm in the U.S. We don't have that. Wait, what don't you have? Hey. But yeah, you might need to start importing some prospects legally. I'm deleting the stream right now. I'm from LA, bro. I've never seen a power saw in real life, bro. Oh my gosh. From LA, shouldn't you be like, I don't know. I guess, yeah, what would you need a power saw for? Gold Osborne said, honestly, I'm surprised I haven't been taken yet, like, seriously. I went to culinary school for 3 years and I'm a blacksmith. Well, is the problem you're just not meeting enough people? That's kind of what it sounds like. If it's not that, then you got a PR problem or a marketing problem. On paper, those are two great things on paper. You got to sell them in real life. It's the thing. And those kind of like those are like you don't want to lead up front with those like, oh, I went to culinary school and I'm a blacksmith. It's more impressive if you let them find it out, organically, right? Hanging out for a while, blah 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 blah. Then if you only have those two things going for you, like you don't want to blow them all at the front. Kind of want to be like, okay, one day, oh, you went to the culinary school, like this is great, this is awesome, and then like, okay, you got one more in the back, you're a blacksmith too, like, oh, my fork just got bent. Don't worry, man, I'm a blacksmith. Let me take it to the anvil. Wait, you're a blacksmith? Now, if that's all you got, you might have to space them out wisely. Um, but that's my recommendation. Don't lead with it. Just let them discover that. Maybe like just start chopping some celery or something. Like just have a cutting board with you for no reason. Um, or maybe if you go to dinner with someone, ask ask the cook for some celery and a chef knife, and then just start, and they'll be like, "Whoa, how can you?" You know what I mean? Fuji said, "Oh, the dog I was searching for with my neighbors was found and picked up by animal control. He's on his way back to his human mom." Oh, we'd love to hear a happy ending. Very nice. Very nice. Oh my gosh, bro. Just L, you're right. This chat does get messy, bro. This chat gets messy. All right, I caught my stuff. What am I doing next? I could do some tank maintenance stuff. I like started getting this headache. Salient says, I got all the tools hand empowered. Been working in industrial field for 25 years, forklifts, plumbing, electrical, hydraulics, you name it. Sounds awesome. Sounds like my kind of guy. That sounds like my kind of guy. Come fix my fish room. Gold, go to. Oh my god, no. Go to a Ren fair, start doing smithing in a sleeveless shirt. You'll thirst trash some body winch wearing elf ears in under an hour. I guarantee it. Okay, listen. I feel like this is good advice, but it's also dangerous. Okay, like proceed with caution because like I think the blacksmith and the culinary thing, he's right. Like those skills, very marketable. I think in the Ren fair orbit, but if you got to be careful with the Ren fair crowd you run with because there's some freaky people, man. There's some freaky people. Let me tell you. Just be prepared. Be prepared. Be prepared. Maybe learn how to play D&D. Go to a games and stuff. Some basic tabletop game rules. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of ways to prep yourself for this. Um, Maybe start saving your soda tabs so you can make some chainmail. Jodi P says Jesse mother effing salient. Jodi mother effing P. Jody says hi Ross. Emperor says you should hire Salient to do your ceiling. Fuck you. Fuck you. But yeah, you're right. You're right. I don't got no ceiling because no one can hold me down. The ceiling would impair my growth. All right. They're trying to stop my rise. They're trying to put barriers above my head. People out here talk about glass ceilings. They want to put me under a concrete ceiling, bulletproof. No, no. I got holes in my ceilings because I know I won't stay down. Uh, Salient says, WTF is Ren Fair? Salient, Ren Fair refers to a Renaissance Fair. A Renaissance Fair is a gleeful event, location, activity that people participate in seasonally, where often they are role playing as people in medieval times. There's all sorts of sword swallowing, juggling, barmaids, jousting, glass blowing, blacksmithing, comedy, all sorts of cool stuff. There's ones in different states. I'm in Maryland, actually. I think the Maryland Renaissance Fair has a relatively good reputation. Gone there a few times, and it's fun. It's fun. It's kind of like if medieval times was a whole town and wasn't terrible. Imagine telling a blacksmith to make chain soda can tabs. I'm just listen. I'm just you know. I told him to. What Putu? You erased your message just as I was reading it. What did you say? I'm just trying to I said to reveal your skills like subtly, organically. So he pulls up obviously a blacksmith. Jodi P says we love our Ren fairs. Yes, they are quite a good time. I think I haven't been in a minute. Probably overdue. Probably overdue. I don't think I've seen any fish at a Ren fair though. It's kind of a problem. It's kind of a problem. So it says to each their own. Well, hey man, sometimes it's good to try new things, new experiences. Even if you don't like it, still gives a new perspective. You know what I mean? That's what I tell myself anyway. Every time I eat my vegetables. Okay, did I miss anything up here? Only the YNs. You laughed at that. Oh my gosh, bro. The kids really enjoy going and dressing up. Yep, yep. Gil said, "Oh my God, Salient's here. It just got lame. How you doing, my friend?" Oh my gosh, everyone. Can't we all just get along? Can't we all just get along? All right, I gotta do some. I gotta do some work. Right? Yeah, guys. I'm gonna remove some floating plants from this tank. How do I put this where people won't keep roasting me about my ceiling? Eh. Ah! No one heard that. You're not heard. I grew up in the 80s. Only time I dressed up was Halloween. Did you also swallow razor blades? Just so other know, I'm only messing with him and he knows it's in good, clean fun. All right, if you say so. Could be Stockholm syndrome for all we know. Maybe you've just conditioned him to this treatment. Psychological manipulation. Oh gosh. Gosh. Jody says, "Oh, I love your Congo." So thank you. This is one of the tanks I'm like trying to rehabilitate so it actually doesn't look terrible. But the Congos have been looking very nice recently. I gotta get more eggs from them. Only have a few frying, but they're definitely in my top prettiest fish that I have right now. And they're just getting so big. So I got a 75 upstairs. It's just I need to set it up right before I move them up there. I'm thinking of starting to only fins dressed up in women's clothes and heels, but never see my face, trying to get some watch hours. Wow. Wow. Um, listen, I think that idea has potential, but at the same time, I'm worried about you. Watch hours aren't everything. Speaking of Concos, did you watch my short yet, Nick? Better shave them legs, Jesse. I don't think he's kidding, Empress says. He might not be. He might not be kidding. Salient be going crazy, honestly. That guy's different. Definitely different. True, Jodi P. Bro, you haven't already shaved your legs, and you're talking about this? Jesse's hella mad he did it. My cat would love your ceiling. Not, it's funny you say that. My cat, when it was accessible, got into my ceiling quite a bit. Not quite a bit, a couple times, and uh, people were very concerned about that, including myself. Cats, they just love going where they're not supposed to be, and it's entertaining, but it's also a problem. Do I think your plan will work? I'll be honest. I don't feel comfortable sharing my professional opinion on that topic on this stream. I think it could work. You'd have to go about it the right way, though. You can't just throw on women's clothes and post OnlyFans content and think it's gonna work. It's not that easy. It's not that easy. Jody says that they'd watch. Well, you got one subscriber. It's one at a time. Yeah, yeah. I'm always worried when someone's thinking about these kinds of life altering decisions out of desperation. Is this really what you want, man? Poochu says I too would watch. Yeah, see, this is why the chat gets so unhinged. Y'all a bunch of degenerates. That freaking ass nigga, 69 God. Play the end of Not Like Us. It describes all of you. Freaking 69 God. Definitely running for my life. Okay. -10 rep. Oh no, I'm at -90. Wait, why am I at -10? Explain yourself. Aren't you from LA? You should be happy I mentioned your king. Wow, such a troll. Be back in a few, Jody says. All right, no worries. Have fun with them in laws. Prince, oh, hell nah. Come on, bro, you're from LA. I thought K Dot is your, like, that's your guy. On Pyru. I'm just playing. Just playing. I gotta stop watching so much No Jumper, bro. I'm gonna really get into trouble. Anyone else part of check-in gang? Anyone else check-in gang? When I go to Keystone Clash, I'm about to check in. I'm definitely about to check in. I'm not trying to get, bro. Someone could hit me with their walker. Nah, gotta move correct. Salient said, Imprint says I hate rap. Salient says rap is garbage. Oh my gosh, some haters. I mean, I obviously disagree, but then I beg the question: then what music do you think is good? Because that's always the interesting thing. I don't want to hear some rap is bad, but I like Tom McDonald. Like okay, what do you like then? What do you mean, obviously? I forget what I said was obvious. My bad. Salient, if the next live you do isn't a skirt and heels, we're gonna be going in to subscribe. Salient, I've heard you bring up this skirt and heels thing before, and I feel like you're just kind of like dangling it, pause, in front of us, pause, um, but never delivering. So like, what's the deal? Pin on the skirt or what? Pause. Uh, Gilsgar said most of today's rap is, but old school rap is garbage. I mean, I'll say right now, as a hip hop fan myself, there's been a lot of disappointing releases for me in the last few months. I'm not gonna lie, it's rough out there. I'm begging for anyone to come drop a decent project. Cardi B, please, anyone. Flo Milli, I'll take it. Like, why is it that Glorilla dropped one of the better rap albums in the last 6 months? Don't talk to me about the Carter Six. Like, please. Bros brought this up before. Wait, what did I bring up before? I feel. Oh yes, yes, he's brought it up before. Uh, I feel like Salient likes some classic hair metal rock. Oh my gosh, dang phone always changes. I can't. I un to in. Yeah, I like most music. Just can't stand country and new rap. Old school stuff is great. Okay. Imprint said too many unks. Bro, you said rap is trash. Now people like old school and not new school. They're unks. What do you like? And if it's metal, bro, I'm gonna stay away from you in the mosh pit. Then you know that you got that. That's all you. I do like a. I would like. I am one of those people that say like, oh yeah, I listen to anything that sounds good to me. Much like the people saying new rap is bad and old school's good. I think new country is horrendous. I mean, my God, Morgan Wallen, please shoot me. Like, I can't stand modern country right now. Is trying too hard to just like all. First of all genres are suffering right now from everything merging into pop. They're all suffering from it, and country is suffering one of the most. Like, you can't just freshen everything up by throwing 808s under everything. I hate metal too. Now you say music is life. You've only said genres of music that you don't like, and you have not yet said what you actually like. But now music is life. Make it make sense. I'm out of touch. Gil Garden said I'm out of touch with music today. I don't play any while driving, and if I'm home working in the fish room, I normally have a live or video playing. Yeah, I am more of a live or video playing person these days, but I do still listen to a good amount of music driving, or sometimes when I wake up in the morning, I'm doing fish chores. I play some music. One of my favorite songs to play to wake up is 8 out of 10 by the boy. That's Aubrey Graham for the unknowing. But yeah, I like some motivational songs. Wake me up in the morning, get me to work. Songs for people who like to grind. You don't play anything while driving? That should be a crime. Now I'm pissed. No, wait. I play stuff while driving. Wait, Ghost of Garden said I don't play any while driving. Maybe they meant they do a live stream while driving too. Because driving with nothing playing is psychopathic behavior. That's psychopathic behavior. I'm gonna have to send you in for analysis to the lab. Someone, please tell me what's wrong with this individual. Tanks, what do you mean? They say they drive with no sound, nothing at all. Nope, just drive and be in my thoughts. See, that's why I hate driving. That is why I hate driving. I don't want like I usually am in a bad mood after driving long distances because I just get it's not just about being alone in my thoughts or whatever. I just get like frustrated that like I can't do the things I'm thinking of. So like I'll be thinking and having good ideas, but then I'll be thinking of all the things I need to do or want to do, and then I just get frustrated. I can't do any of the things I'm thinking about because I'm still stuck driving, and I hate it. So, not a fan of driving for that reason. Whew. Well, I'm almost done getting the floating plants I need to get out of here. And then I'm going to fill the tank back up a little. And I'll do most of my fish chores. I guess I did want to move some fish, move some fry. Could do that. We're still vibing. We're still having a good time. I definitely like Leopard, Breaking Benjamin, Shine Down to Me to list some favorites to store. Tool. All right, all right. Guitar fan. I just saw some. I just saw. Is it called the Melt? What's the band called? It's the Melky something. They do like dance music. I saw them, and then um, Young the Giants? I saw them, and I just saw the Maine. Really great. I've seen the Maine a few times. Insane Clown Posse, 9 Inch Nails, Nirvana. Okay. Imprint says, "Dude, we saw your socks today." Look, you know what's funny? I wasn't wearing socks like a minute before I started the stream, and I was like, some people like really watch just to see if they ever get a glimpse of my feet. So I was like, I'm gonna put on these funky looking socks because they're what's in front of me, but like at least people won't see my feet. So it's people like you that make it so I can't even live stream without having to think about my socks. So when you're going to sleep at night, just remember you are ruining lives, destroying families, and quite possibly responsible for death. Imprint said, now we got to see your feet. Yo, you guys got to hit up Salient for the OnlyFans content. Nope. Nope. You want to see me? I'm going to need the love contract. 10K a month. Vacations. Trips to Turks. The yacht. The whole 9 yards. Pause. It's the only way. Jess L says the internet was a mistake. I do feel like that sometimes. I really do feel like this. Rage Against the Machine. All right, all right. I don't care what anyone sings about. The rhythm is good. I like it. Okay. I'm with it to a degree. Like, obviously, I have plenty of songs I listen to, not for the lyrical content. I will say that, like, there's there's some level of terrible lyrics that it's distracting for me. Some people, they're like, they listen to music, they don't necessarily take in the lyrics immediately. Me, I'm the kind of person like the lyrics are one of the first things that I say. Stanley asks how many tanks you have. I do not know. I do not know. I stopped counting long ago. Gil says he doesn't count, but it's more than 20. There you go. I should have waited. Gil's the Garden's got me in the chat. Explaining it all. Appreciate you. All right, let's fill this tank up. Got a lot of floating plants out of there. I actually already filled up my isopod bins. I would feed those plants too, so just getting rid of them. Compost it. All right, I'm looking at the fish. I thought there was a rainbow fish in here that looked like it had an irritated anal vent, but now I'm looking and I don't see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it looks fine now. So whatever it was, seems like it's that fish there, but it looks like it's getting better. All right. I want him to count right now or rage. Gil says I say at least 45 tanks. Count all your tanks right now. I'll count my tanks if someone wants to donate $5,000. That's my price. You know, as someone that has at least to some degree worked self-employed for a long time, it's the oldest trick in the book. If you don't want to do something, someone asks you, just give them a ridiculous price. So, count my tanks? Sure. Be happy to count my tanks. That'll be $5,000. Whoever guesses the closest number of takes without going over wins a prize. Oh my god. People. You'll never be able to count them. Because not all the tanks I have are in the stream. Gotta keep some things secret. Gotta keep some things. What if secretly, like, I have like a billion Scud tanks, and I've just been living a lie? I've just been living this lie. I've been saying I hate Scuds, but really, I love them. I have a whole other fish room where I do everything the opposite of what I claim I do. Wouldn't that be crazy? Wouldn't that be crazy? I'm not doing that though. I'm not. I'm not. Trust. Have I ever lied to you that you know of? Exactly. Exactly. I rest my case. Dose a jar of water with pods. Oh, does a jar of water with pods and isopods count? I think so. What prize are you offering? By the way, you just promised a prize. We all heard you say it. Yo, 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 yo. Jody said, yo, throw some scuds in my box, please. I do not have scuds that I can, like, there might be scuds in some takes, but if I see any, I will throw some in. I'm disgusted that you even request I do such a thing as proliferate the biological weapons of mass destruction that are gamers. Anyone want to bet that he'll trip on that rope during stream? You know, they say that your biggest haters are your biggest supporters. They watch everything. And this chat can time and time again proves that right. Because all you do is pray on my downfall. But the rainbows looking nice. So that's the one that is irritated. Looks like a bit of, it looks better. It looks like some kind of like blockage I was working through. Been feeding some Daphne and stuff. Doesn't seem to be otherwise suffering. It's really annoying because like their fins are like super red at the tip there. So it makes it hard to see. But looking better. It's weird because I can see it better on the phone camera than in real life. Like it looks redder on this camera. Anyways, these guys looking good. Peacock Gudgeon's in here looking good. Everyone's looking good. Got rid of some floating plants. There's a lot I need to do. The 28-gallon low boys are still a learning curve, filtering wise and stuff. Salient said Super Trooper reference there. I haven't seen that, by the way. Your room to be set up like Final Destination. I got air in all my tanks, so sponge filters or just air. Um, there's only not sponge filters when I've ran out of sponge filters temporarily, but I've been kind of making my own makeshift sponge filters as I go. So there's usually at least like an air stone, some sponge. But my room is kind of a disaster. I'm gonna work on making it better. Believe it or not, right now it's a lot better than usual. Um, there was a time where I definitely would never stream walking around where you could see my shame. But hey, always talking about being yourself, right? So, hey, what it is. I was bullying you until it made you sad that you modded me. So are you a masochist? Um, Next question. Imprint said, "Oh my gosh, you guys are always stoking the flames, but I appreciate it. I'm working on making it so all my tanks look all right, but I still think the majority of them look pretty bad. But they do all have plants in them. Sometimes plants are kind of part of the problem. Like I'm learning my lesson with floating plants. Like one of my reasons I have so much detritus, you get all these floating plants, they're constantly growing, making new plants. They're also constantly like dying, shedding roots and stuff, and it just like makes all this detritus. It's crazy. And you know, I'll have tanks like this one used to be all floating tanks. There's so much particles and stuff because it's just like the floating plants, and some of the fish peck at the plants and they die and it falls and creates detritus, which is great for some things, but terribly pathetic. This is like the tank that's my biggest shame, the Crib Thunderdome tank. I've been slowly vacuuming out detritus all week. And this is another situation where it's covered with floating plants. Like the red roots were growing out of the tank. Um, and just it was that way for months, plants grow, shed roots, detritus. So yeah, it's a shame. And the tank used to look great and the floating plants killed it. But, you kind of experience why invasive floating plants are really bad for local ecosystems in your own tank sometimes. And I'm learning that lesson the hard way. Uh, Agreed. Nick's takes keeps lush tanks. Thank you. Thank you. Plants, they do the work. Oh, rip. Well, I need to tie that back down somewhere. What the hell are you doing there? Yeah, this is dusty ass mop. I haven't checked that. I haven't done anything on it. It's basically in here for vibes at this point. But I do need to work on this tank. I do like this tank. Just need to move things around a bit. But the fish in it are doing well and looking good. That's what's important. That's what's important. Santa said 90% of what I say is stupid for laughs. Don't take life too serious, too short for that. I think your tanks and fish room is great. All right. I mean, all that positivity is nice, but now with a straight face, tell me, is my ceiling great? I'm gonna keep the same energy. I'm gonna keep the same positive energy. Just waiting. Just waiting here. I'm the guy who's had done live streams on which bucket is better, Lowe's or Home Depot. Same with toothbrushes. Oh my gosh, bro. Yeah. Which bucket is better, Lowe's or Home Depot? Is this where we're at? Is this where we're at? I mean, I guess I prefer that than a video on another hang on back filter or something. Honestly, within 5 years, I'm making videos on hang on back filters. Take me out back. Take me out of my misery. I prefer my ceilings to leave a little bit to the imagination. Firstly, call me old fashioned. I agree. I agree. Leave stuff to the imagination, non nude ceilings. That's what's in. What are the results of curious Lowe's or Home Depot? Hey, checking in on this tank. This is a 20 long I set up on stream. I like to just check in. Damn, you tricolata, the bladderwort is just like it's getting everywhere. I don't even know where it came from originally. I need to get it out. I think it's eating on my shrimp and baby pods. This tank doesn't have either of those, but it just has this Kalitawa trio that I need to get a mop for or something. And then some infernal tetra juveniles, which now appear to be big enough that they're swimming in the open. Good for them. Got any carpeted tanks? I don't think so. Really? I mean, I have some tanks where like the valves rowing well in sort of a carpeted fashion, but I wouldn't say that I have any legit hardcore tanks. Definitely a lot of tanks with some like Tanganyika Val or Subulata that seems to be enjoying spreading itself, but you know, nothing too crazy. All I see is they're saying is being ready to add wires. At a moment's notice, Lowe's. Okay, so you say Lowe's is the best. Huh? Carpets to match the drapes. Imprint is too freaky right now. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Okay, I'll stop. Sorry. Yo, between imprint and salient, like we might have a only fins fish trafficking case on our hands. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I don't think I got any carpeted, fully carpeted tanks. Just some weed grass, water weeds. I've been trying to catch all the Elisoma out of this tank besides my main male, which I pretty much always know where he is because that's his main spot that he protects. Probably has some eggs back there or something. He's talking about OnlyFans case. You're the ones that look like you took over a hostage. Talk about OnlyFans. Hey yo, you're over here pressuring another chatter to start cross dressing for watch hours. I mean, I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. The fish keeper Diddy. That's just crazy. And you're from LA. I don't know why that adds to the guilt factor, but I don't know. You're just close to the fame and debauchery. Jody says we're nothing if not enablers. Ain't that the goddamn truth? Empress that I with all that. Okay, man. Okay. You're talking about wanting to see feet and all this. God forbid a fellow was to look good in a dress. Oh my god. Asking about Lowe's versus Home Depot, Putu said, and this is about the buckets. Yes. Yes, people. This is where we're at in society. Putu asked, was it because the bucket was blue or were both tested buckets white? Kamzik says Home Depot, Team Home Depot. This is, this is an issue that splits up families quite often. Empress, I noticed Lowe's has less Mexicans outside. I'm Latino, so I can say that. Oh my god, bro. Ah! This isn't what fish content is about. Stop. Wait. Let me talk about guppies and pea puffers. Better something wholesome. Man, the Home Depot has been a ghost town, though. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, bro. Homeowners associations everywhere are panicking. Panicking, bro. The grass is supposed to be 3/4 inches. What are we gonna do? Yeah. No, it's just getting real. Crazy. All right. I'm gonna move some fish. I'll move some fish. We're still vibing. All right, so I need to clean this tank up, floating plant wise, and I want to move those fry to a different tank so I can move a pair of killifish in there. The iron dome is failing. It's the end, bruh. Just keep breeding fish. Get those peas puffers, breed them. That's all we need right now from you. Don't think about anything else. Don't think about anything else. We got this. It's fine. Actually, there was a cool post on Reddit somewhere. Someone in like a conflict zone with a fish tank and like posted about how like it survived and stuff. And I was like, that's cool. That's a cool story. I don't think it's appreciated enough how international the hobby is. Like people keep fish everywhere from everywhere. Like, I've just recently started hearing a lot of people talk about like where really nice like some guppy strains come from. And funnily enough, on topic, like I keep hearing Israel is like a place a lot of really nice fish come from. So as far as like people breeding the fish and stuff, not like where they're natively from necessarily. So it's just kind of interesting because there's always the countries you kind of know are known for certain fish, but as you like get deeper into things, you start hearing about like countries you wouldn't have necessarily thought of being a big source of different things. Asha says hello from Texas. What's up? Where you at in Texas? Where we at? Austin, keeping it weird. San Antonio, H Town. I hope it's not what's the one everyone doesn't like? I don't know. I can't be spicy, I guess. Dallas Fort Worth. Bro, I'm kidding. That's why I'm getting the pea puffers. I was thinking if I was thinking the world's gonna end before I get pea puffers. I should do it now. Not anymore. Prayers to day workers. I hope they're okay. Yep. Yep. Imprint said truth and Corpus Christi. Whatever that means. Dead languages in the chat. What's going on? Can someone ban Latin in the chat, please? Fish names. That's not Latin. That's like Harry Potter spells or something. Whatever that language is, right? It's a place in Texas. My bad. My bad. See how uneducated I am. I haven't been to like I've driven through Texas on a like a road trip. I've visited a few things in Texas. I'm related to people in Texas. I've dated someone that lived in Texas, but they lived like in the middle of nowhere. Like it was like Burnett, Texas, or something. Yo, Jess L said Corpus Christi is in Texas, right? There you go. I'm not even American, and they knew that. Listen, there's one thing I'm ignorant about. It's directions and geography. So I don't even want to like. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. It's not something I know or claim to know or passionate about. I barely even know where I am. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I barely know where I am. I only have two phone numbers memorized, and I'm terrible with names. If you want to call me ignorant, fine. I'll accept it. As long as I got Apple Maps or Google Maps when I'm overseas. Because, bro, Apple Maps is better for me in the States, but when I went to the UK, it was horrendous. Google Maps was definitely where it was at over in the UK. Not gonna lie. Kind of crazy how the map apps, their quality varies so wildly depending on where you're at. We know you are your takes, bro. True, true. With the callback. Oh man, I don't even know how to keep up with this level of shenaniganry. I feel like at some point, like like a lot of the time, it's me that's the problem. You know, I'm causing all the drama. I'm bringing all the spiciness, the problematic commentary, not related to fish. But recently, more and more, it's been you people. You guys have been going crazy. Jody finally said hi to Ashley. Sha- Spicy chat is more fun. Yeah, just all relatable. 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 Yeah, spicy chat is fun. Listen. This is a vertical stream. The vertical streams they're just a bit more casual. Okay. When I pull up the with the horizontal, I'm gonna be googling. We'll be talking about some facts. I'll be trying to pronounce words that I can barely even read, and maybe we'll pick up some new knowledge. But for the vertical streams, all I can promise is I'll be speaking to whoever's here, showing terrible footage of my ugly fish room, and acting a fool. Jody says, "Sorry, I'm about to back and forth between lies." I don't know how you do it, Jody. If anyone didn't see when I talked to Jody on live, there was a part where I asked her about like who I should check out live stream wise. So if you're looking for suggestions, that could be a place. But I brought it up because the crazy part was just like she starts listing off like 100 billion channels, their names, like their channel names, the actual first names of the people of the channels, then the day and time zone that they stream in, and she went Monday through Sunday, and I was like, this is crazy level of dedication that I could never even attempt to live up to. The best I can do is Bougie Bish Fish Jodi P stream on Fridays. I try and check it out live or I get the VOD. That's on my mental calendar now. Well, I had to add it to my actual calendar at one point to remember, but yeah, I do not have the ability the skill to do that. Jody, Supermom, I like your fish room is cozy. Oh, thank you, thank you. Just show me some pods. I can show you some pods. Appreciate you, Jody. Appreciate you. That's what the real fish fam is all about. Okay. That's some floating plants gone. Now I gotta catch these fry. These baby fish. Where am I moving them to? Oh, I'll move them to the isopod tank I mentioned earlier. That has the Daphnia. And if you really want me to show you some pods, I can show some pods in a moment. I can show some pods in a moment. Let me catch these damn fry first. And then you can help me decide what killifish we put in there, actually. Because I'm still kind of actually, no. Kind of decided in my mind, and then I undecided. All right. So we got a Scriptosimian that I can't remember how to pronounce the second name of. We got the Northos juveniles from Aaron that still need to grow out. So I think not those because I can grow them out somewhere else. And then we have the Aphyosemian Australe golds, which is what I'm leaning towards. But the Scriptosimian is a little bit less common and very pretty. See if I can show them to you. They're in kind of a dark, overgrown tank. But we'll try and take a look at those. But basically, it's between the Aphysemian, Australic golds, and Scriptosimian. I can't remember the name of that I raised up from eggs. But now I'm kind of thinking about the Scriptosimian because that is a bit more unique. I'm talking too much. Let's catch these fry. Let me get a cup. 1 second. Holy. Holy. Jodi, you've been asked how many killifish do you have? That is a great question. How many killifish do you have? I actually don't know. I know you said you were just getting into them. I'm always trying to get people into them. So I have two, Ashley. Oh wait, you asked how many kids does Jodi have? Yo, I'm so funny. Anything that starts with a K-I think killifish. You guys how many kids yet? Who cares? How many killifish do you have? Come on, people. Stay focused. I'm in about them. Oh yes, Ashley's having triplets. That's so crazy, man. That is crazy. Okay. Catching fish that are very small and very fast. These are some stray Procatopus fry I'm catching right now. And then I can't put the other fry in the same tank as them because those are a rainbow. The tank these guys are going in have a rainbow in there already. These are Gertrude, Pseudomobile Gertrude. And the tank I'm putting these Procatopus fry in have the Pseudomobile luminatus in them. So I don't wanna mix those up. I'll put the Pseudomogil in a different killifish Daphne tank. Oops. I like the nets with the telescoping handles if I can use them because I have some tanks that have some horrible working space conditions. That adaptability saves my life, truly. I still can't believe I thought she said, "How many killifish do you have?" I have 6 blue gularis and 2 Regenbach. Okay, now we're talking. Ashley said, when I had a fish tank, I had 16 fish. And Jodi said, "You're gonna be a busy mama." That's for sure. That is for sure. You're gonna have a fun time. I like being busy. I hate being busy, but I like being busy. Because whenever I'm not busy too long, it's clear I don't like it. It's a balance. Too busy for too long, I hate it. But not busy for too long, oh my gosh, it might be worse. Jodi said, "What is not busy?" Yeah, yeah. That's exactly the kind of questions I want to be asking myself. All right, the stray Procatopus fry have been removed. Let's get the rainbow fry where we make a final decision on these killifish. I need you guys to lock in with me because I've been needing to do this for a while. I want to say this tank space has been wasted, but ooh, you know what I did forget though? There are crystal shrimp in here. In theory, they've been kind of out of sight, so I don't know what they're up to. But I guess I care about the killifish more, so I'll relocate those at another time. They should be fine. Okay, killifish aren't that big. Got the rainbow fry. That's 2, and here's another. I I think I got exactly 4 in here because these are going to be my BAP entries. Because the rainbows, I believe, are 20 points. Where's your help at Ada? I think you locked her out. No, I didn't lock her out. Ada's around. I had 3 tiger bars that knew where my black molly was the whole time. I don't have tank set up for Caradina. Bruh, how much weight that shelf hold? Enough. I'm sketching about my 80-gallon plus stand on the 2nd floor. Yeah, it does get a little bit interesting when you're thinking about stuff like that. I know people say, like, in theory, a lot of places can hold the weight. I think the thing is, like, if you really wanted to maximize safety, it's like what? You put the tank along the, what are they called? The little supports. Jody, you know what I'm talking about. Someone give PB some structural advice, because I can't right now. My brain is, it's not computing, but 80 gallons is a lot of water, man. That is why I like small tanks. I like smaller tanks, so I don't have to think of the joists. Yes, the joists. And Jody also said the floor joist. See, I knew you guys know what I was talking about. Yeah, do it along that, like it's fine. What could possibly go wrong? What's the problem? Yeah, the joists. I'm looking at this because I'm like, I gotta trim the plants still so I can see and thicken them for the killifish in there, because they've kind of grown a little tall. Oh yeah, the crystal shrimp are in there. I need to get some more moss to put in there. You want guppies or shrimp and stuff? I have lots and can ship. I'm on a no fish buy right now, PB. Normally I would jump. I would jump at an offer for that. But right now, I've been slacking too much on breeding. I can't be buying more fish until I breed more species. I'm still trying to breed 30 species this year. I know. We're coming towards the end. I kind of got to get moving, but that's still a goal. I may not hit it, but I still want to do 30 species this year. And I'm not going to do it if I keep adding new fish. At least not at the rate that I'm doing. I'd have to become a lot more efficient. Now, if you're not familiar with BAT programs, one of the things, I have to complete classes. Like, points aren't enough. You get points for submitting fish, whatever. You also have to complete classes to reach certain ranks. So, like 6 old world cichlids, 7 new world cichlids. The one that's going to kill me is Rift Lake cichlids, because I have soft water. I like small fish. The Rift Lake, I think that category is going to kick my ass. I'm feeding the extra shrimp and guppies to my lobster. That's a lot. Yeah, yeah. Your lobster sounds like a very happy crustacean. So I commend you for that. Rest in peace to the extra shrimp and guppies. Maybe someone in the chat. If someone in the chat could utilize that. I didn't even mean to rhyme. That rhymed. I'm a poet, and I didn't even know it. Getting some more water. I just dumped those rainbows out. Those rainbow fry. Making sure I didn't miss any. Those are actually really easy to catch. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I'll do some, like, so you can actually see what the hell I've done in a second. But basically, we're emptying this tank of small fish so that we can fill it with a killifish pair in the hopes that they can spawn in there and we can keep some species going. So I'm getting in here with the scissors, because I need to build a new rack to replace this. I need to optimize the space in general. Like, there's a lot of wasted space. I'm hoping SBC can help me with that. some weekend. Um, One of the things I need to do is replace this. I want to do more underbuilt stands, maybe with some jig cuts, so they take up less space. But yeah, I got to replace this thing. It's terrible. I hate it. Working space is bad. Space utilization is bad. Everything's bad. It's my fault. Jody said, I do have a 230-gallon on my main level, but it's on. Wow, that's kind of interesting. It's on a concrete slab that was originally the front entry to the house. Look how that worked out. Apuja said PB is trying to beat Aaron for bat points. He isn't getting new fish this month. He says, in quotations. So I'm not getting new fish, but fish and club auctions don't totally count. It's kind of my something that the price is right, that the fish is right. I'm allowed to get one or two things if I'm gonna breed them for sure. If there's something I'm like, yeah, I need to breed that. Jody says, I'll put that tank up in the Discord. Oh yeah, someone put the in my tank's Discord link in the chat somewhere. I need to work on making that more of a thing because I do enjoy talking with people. Or what's the best is when everyone is talking amongst themselves and I get to be the lurker, which has been happening more and more recently, and it's kind of cool watching people make friends, share information. You learn a lot. You definitely learn a lot. So right now, I'm kind of double checking I didn't miss a fry. Kind of feel like I did, but we'll see in a second. I think I'm gonna do a water change on this since I've stirred up so much. I may as well. And when I do that, I'll be able to plant stuff a bit easier. Links don't work in vertical. Wait, like no links work in vertical at all? Dog. This is trash. No, now I'm mad. Why no one? No, you guys did tell me this. I'm lying. Told me. I knew. But still, trash. I need to understand how the links not work because I'm calling the manager immediately. Okay. Just gonna do a quick little water change. We can't click on them on mobile. I can post it, but it does nothing. Because I'm on mobile, it looks like if I tapped on the link, it would do something. That's what it looks like. But I see everyone saying that that is not the case. Okay, well, I won't be streaming vertically too much more. Uh, you know, the content stuff, it's like an extension of the hobby, right? I do the fish stuff for fun. I do the content stuff for fun. Now, that means that sometimes life gets lifing and I'm less consistent. But I do want to be consistent because it's just a lot of fun. I do miss it a lot when I'm not streaming regularly. And like, especially once people start, oh, I got memberships, like, oh, I gotta give the people some content. So the vertical stuff is just nice, getting me back into the rhythm. Because I felt like we were in a great rhythm there for a bit. And then I totally lost track. Out of my tank and tag you, Nick, I'm on Android, I can't click links. I'm using a modded Android app, so maybe that's why it works for me. Oh my gosh. All these Android users, they exist. It's not what I was led to believe. Oh, I accidentally got a snail. Rip. Just do it halfway. Then we'll get into it. I don't know what that means, Jess. Jodi P. I think that's about the modded Android app. I think that Jess L is the hacker anonymous. I believe that's what that means. Uh, Man, I'll be honest. The phone is at the perfect distance right now where I can almost read the chat from here, but not quite. Like I gotta lean. Drats. I checked on my iPhone and yes, links aren't clickable on that device. Wow. This is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Appreciate you guys supporting me in these trying times. Well, if you ever wanted to link to something that was slightly sketchy and not getting anything back for it, now's your chance. I'm joking though. Don't do that. I don't know what that. I'm fairly tech literate. You and me both, son. You and me both. I feel it. I feel it. What is that? Chat GPC? No, Grandpa. Chat GPT. Chat GTT? No, Chat. I'm using an app that is the standard one you can download from the App Store, so it has some added functions, and maybe that's where links work. Thank you for that explanation, Jess. Man, what is up with everyone being named Jess or Jesse? Anyone notice that? I feel like there's like 5 Jess or Jessies I see in chats all the time. You guys have some explaining to do. Starting to feel like either agenda or like a glitch in the simulation. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know that many people named Jess or Jesse IRL. But I kind of feel like seems like more Southern Midwest Jesse is like a more common guy's name. Being too far away from your phone to reach chat is probably the ideal distance, honestly. Just honestly, there's a shit ton of Mikes and other streams. Really, Mike. You know what? Mike is Mike a bald guy name? Because if Mike's a bald guy name, this is something I haven't introduced to the stream, but like there's a collection of people that have made like a manifesto of all the bald fish tubers, and it's shocking. Like they have a whole manifesto and like conspiracy theory, but like if you look at them all together, like it does look like a bunch of variants of the same person, and it's fascinating. So I'm kind of wondering, is Mike? Does it play into this? Does it play into this fish tube multiverse? I don't know. Jodi P said, I probably say hi to 7 mics each stream. Wow. Yeah, that is something very interesting. Names, I'm fascinated by names and like how certain names could potentially influence who you are as a person and lead to similarities across names. Like that is a topic I find to be fascinating. That being said, most other well, I don't know if I've met anyone named Nicholas that spells their name like me because I spell my name without a H Nicolas. But I pretty much hated all the Nicholases and Nicks that I've met throughout my life. I don't like none of those guys for the most part. No offense if your name is also Nick or Nicholas, but I can't necessarily speak up for my name. That's what I'm saying. I've had some bad experiences as well, so I don't blame you if you guys judge me for my name being Nicholas or Nick. You know, I'd be wary too. I'd be wary too. Water's going in. 19 is the current total of the bald YouTubers. Just L says, so many fish keepers, so few hair follicles. Damn. Honestly, they can take some from my nose and eyebrows at this point. Jodi P said, last names that start with P are also very common. Okay. Pushing P. Jodi P said, I've only met 4 other Jodis in 30 some years and only 2 others that spell it the same. Yeah, honestly, you might be the only Jody I've met that's under the age of like 80. So the way I said that was so crazy. Sorry. But yeah, I could believe that basically is what I'm saying. Hey bro, one in the chat if you're named Agatha. Um what's the old guy name that no one's named anymore? Bart. Uh is Robert still the thing? Robert? My God. An older name. Dick. I just had to I just had to let the silence right there for a second. It's really awesome because my name is also a reference for a military home record. Fucking awesome. Oh, well, it's always nice when your name, has some cultural meaning behind it. Like it's a little bit deeper, you know. Oh, Gerald, that's a good one. Honestly, yo, I need my UK people. You guys got all the washed old dude names. So sometimes when I'm like watching a show or something that's based in the UK, like these dudes be saying their names and everyone's just accepting it. I'm just like, are we for real right now? Are we for real right? Gerald? Gerald? Okay, there's got to be some other old guy names. I know, like, we got the Agathas, we got the Karens. I feel like Karen will have a resurgence. Humphrey? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, that's a cranky old dude for sure. Humphrey. Gerald Humphrey actually kind of goes together. Um, George. George is kind of. Oh, I don't really like people named George. It's like this is the whole stream. I'm like, yeah, I don't like people named George. I don't like. It's just like totally stereotyping names. Barbara X's name, bro. How did you even find a Barbara? I thought you said you were young. You said you're a YN. What you doing with a Barbara? That's crazy. Eugene. That's a good old name. Greetings and salutations. She was bad. Well, of course you're gonna say she was bad. No. All right, this tank is almost filled up, and the last thing we have to do on this stream is pick the Achilles that go inside. Roger with the Ordger. Yeah, I could see that spelling. I've definitely met Rogers Roger, but not a ton. Definitely given military type name for sure. For sure. Roger and the Camaro. My mom's husband is Roger. Okay. Okay. I don't know. I feel like I should be able to contribute to these old dude names, but I'm just totally blanking. I'm totally blanking. I can only think of ridiculous things like Bartholomew. You know, it's not even a name. And print fish on the brain. Indeed. I gotta be honest though, I'm crashing hard. I didn't realize it was 9 p.m. How long have I been on stream, bro? It's been a minute. Yapping. He's still Roger Dodger in my phone. Oh my gosh. I knew it. I knew it. I freaking knew it. Alright, guys. This is where we gotta pick. I have a feeling what I'm gonna go with, kind of, but let's see what you think. So, first option is 9 p.m. Holy. Okay, our first option is Golden Nostrals. I mean, I don't feel like I need to make my case too much here for them. If you want to come out from behind the anachorus, buddy, that would be great. Please. All right, you know what? I'm just going to have to do some intervention here. Oh, that's the wisteria. All right. Golden Australs. inference. I don't know anything about fish, but that one is beautiful. Yeah. So like you know, that's the fish. Do a pair of those in there. In the 5 gallon. I'll put some more moss in here. We just did a water change. It's been running a bit, so I think it should be good. I'm just gonna have to dump moss in, basically. And I got all the fry out. There's some Daphnia. Okay, it's that fish. Or, and it's gonna be hard to show because I got good lighting over here, but let me see what I can do. I'm gonna put some food in so the fish come out. There's too many fish in there. Too many fish. Baking soda. I got baking soda. That's how I feel. So I fill this bag of powdered food. Baking soda. I got baking soda. Bro. All right. Let's see if the fish I'm looking for pops up here. The lighting situation on this tank is not ideal, but killifish pair that I'm looking for is in here. I like fish that don't look like a fish. Hold up. Hold up. The fish are coming. All right. So that's a female. It's a female. So that's not the colorful one that we're going to compare to the other guy. Waiting for the male to come out. We just put the food in. Give him a second. And Catapus in there is looking good though. Look at him. Flashy. I like when the fish are showing off, man. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Where is your man at? Oh, light patch on you. Pooh said, oh, the rest of the ingredients to make Rebecca's pleco food just came in. I'm excited to make a batch. Oh, I didn't see Rebecca, or I'm not recalling Rebecca's pleco food recipe. What happens to be the ingredients? It's not too difficult to share. I'll be waiting for the appearance of this fish. I just saw him earlier. Like, the problem is half this tank is just moss. So. Oh my gosh, I really do it to myself, don't I? I really do it to myself. I'm trying to remember, is a script a simian and the second name starts with a J? I can picture it in my head, but I just know if I try and say it, it's gonna go extremely poorly. So I'm not even gonna try. But I'll be honest, I'm leaning towards the Australs just based off the fact they look so good. Spell it? Oh, well, I can picture it in my mind. I don't know that I can spell it. It's like a J, it's like a U, it's like a E, it's like a R in there, it's like a G, it's like a E, it's like a S, it's like a O, it's like an N. I feel like those letters are in there somewhere. Gee, let me get a step ladder real quick. Yeah. 1 second. Look at the step ladder. Because maybe it's like in the back and I just can't see it. Just can't see where he is. Ah, okay, here he is. All right. So it's the Golden Australs, or this guy, who's being very shy, but is very pretty. We did see a flash, a quick flash. I'm sure he'll be back. Sure he'll be back. Yep, here he comes. It's like basically a blue body with some yellows in there, very shiny. I don't know why he's being like this. They just like the moss too much, man. I don't know what to say. He feels like he's got to be some kind of ninja or something. Okay, oh, okay. Let me adjust the All right. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? All right, there he is, guys. Let's not miss this. So this is for the comparison. It's this guy, whatever we just saw of him. Wait, no, that's the female. Let's see if he comes back. I want one more good shot before we compare through all these reflections. Okay. He's acting so freaking ridiculous. Jodi typed or guessed the name. Oh, okay, wait. So here we go. So we'll either put the golden straws in that tank, and I'm feeding these guys bug buffet. They seem to be liking it, by the way. Or this guy. Okay, there we go. Now you can see him a bit better. Okay, so this is the information you have to choose or help me decide which killifish pair we put in that tank. You can see the Australs are pretty. Starting to see a little bit now that this guy is very pretty too. What do you guys think? Okay, YouTube in the chat with that Flecko food recipe. Santa looks like mushrooms, ginger, basil, paprika, garlic, and mixed seeds. Mixed. What kind of seeds are mixed in? That's my follow-up question. Mixed seeds leaves a lot of questions for me. Hard to choose. Love blue, but those Australs. Yeah, I had a feeling that that's what people were gonna say. I'll make a tank for those guys too. But it sounds like I'll wait for some more people to chime in, but I have a feeling the Australs are gonna get the vote. They just look too damn good. Australs are in right now. They are. They're a great starter killifish. They got everything. They're not too mean. They're pretty. Not too big. Not too hard to keep. What more could you ask for, right? I could ask for. I could think of some things to ask for. Like, can killifish start doing live birth like guppies? Just like 100 at a time. A biff, bro. Look, I know you lost Barbara. Go find an Agatha or something. It's the only thing you can do. Any retirement homes near you? Just asking. How big do either of them get? I think they're both about the same size. The Australs weren't too far from the biggest they get. Like 2 inches kind of range, I believe. I believe. But I'm not legally responsible for that belief. Some moss. It's newish tank. Throw some moss in here. We'll get this going a little bit. Mo, settling down. Ooh, I got some leaves for here too. Oh, they love leaf. Put some leaves. Oh, buddy, cooking. I'm cooking. What size tank do you keep them in? Long term, I would do 10 gallon or more. Spawning purposes, I'm 5 gallons fine. Killifish people, like a lot of the breeding of killifish is 5 gallons, 2.5 gallons for all the smaller ones. So generally that range is going to be good. Definitely, for the most part, not a size demanding species. I want to generalize, which I do, and I did deal with it. If you don't like it, leave. You now have 0 subscribers. All right. Whew. Okay. What's the next? I need more moss, I think. Got some leaves floating in there. I need more. I want more moss. I don't need it. I want it. I do have some more. Cheryl said, I'm partial to Ephysemium binetatum, Lagos kili, smaller. Similar to industrials, blind bread without me realizing until I seen fry. Yeah. And I like the, I believe they're kind of similar. The Bivitatum bunch. I kind of I breed them the same way. Like, I'll just let the fry show up over time. It's one of my big nails right there. It's kind of this tank's in kind of a weird place, but it is one that I enjoy. Where's all my killifish at? I put some food in there. I actually meant to feed them again today, so that's fine. Do you have Planaria and Hydra in all your tanks? No, no. I mean, I think Hydra probably exist in all tanks in general to some degree, just because their eggs like travel on dust in the air and stuff. Like they're kind of crazy. Um, I guess Planaria too, like a similar thing. Like you just may not see them, but there's a decent chance they're there. But I don't really see Planaria in a lot of my tanks. Jody said, I'm shuffling a bunch around this week, adding 4 more 40 gallons and a 60 gallon. Oh my gosh. Opening up a bunch of 5.5 gallon tanks. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's a whole lot of space. That's a dangerous amount of space. Use it wisely. I'm afraid to get them in my tanks. Is it inevitable? If you add plants, yes, but there's no reason to be afraid of either of them. Um, Especially if you're keeping pea puffers, I don't think that Canary will be much of a problem. Okay, here's some of the young bivs popping out. Yeah, I don't think the Planary will be too much of a problem for the Hydra and a pea puffer tank. For me, the Hydra only really show up when I'm feeding a lot of small foods, baby brine, that kind of thing. Do I have any peas? I do have some pea puffers. Um, they really need to be in a setup more catered to their needs. They're on my list of fish I'm like shuffling around right now. But I do have some peas. I have a group of about 8 that I've been keeping for a year now, I think. It's actually been a minute with those guys now. But yeah, I don't have Planaria Hydra. I've been fish keeping for 10 plus years. I'm trying to be like you. Hey, some people are just special. What can I say? I mean, you say you want to be just like Putu, but they also have snail leeches. Just saying. I'm not trying to spread not throwing no shade, not spreading rumors. I'm just saying. They also got snail leeches. Do you want those? Who just said that's true? If Hydra Panera only tanks with mystery snails because you can't treat with no Panera. Yeah. Well, that's another thing. It's like the treatment of them are easy as long as you don't have mystery snails. Hey, look, another baby rabbit snail I have. It's hard to keep track of how many rabbit snails I have because they just gotta like randomly show up, but not all at once. Hey, people want to buy my leeches. Who just said, "Oh, nice pleco." Yes, yes. I got a long fin red here. There's a good amount of babies in this tank. They've been having a good old time. Good old time in here. Yo, guys been what's going on with it? My goodness. Fun fact: mystery snails will eat Hydra. My mystery snails are slacking majorly. Majorly. I need to get them on the track. This nearite was one of the first things I ever bought for aquariums. Haven't killed them yet. One of the lucky ones. Sunny G, what's up? Says Hail Hydra. To each their own, man. I heard Endler. You know, I hear everything with Hydra. I'm sure some things eat it, but I haven't yet added a fish to a tank with a Hydra problem or a snail to a tank with a Hydra problem and had that problem fixed for me. Not yet. I'm not saying it's not possible. It's just that a low dose of no planaria has been the best response for me so far. That has taken care of the problem every time. I'm like pacing because I'm trying to figure out which tank I want to take moss from. I don't know why I'm thinking about it so hard. Well, let me wash off this. Oh, wait, I got this right here. I can use this to get the moss. It's cross contamination. I'm just, try and rinse things between stuff and things like that. So I was like, what's the net that I haven't used already? Tong. I wonder if Scuzz would eat Hydra and Planaria. What's up, Sunny G? Hi, hey, in my tanks, I forgot your name. Names in my tanks. You can call me Tanks for short. Most people do when they're saying something like Tanks for nothing. Wait, that's another YouTuber's name. I take it back. I take it back. But yeah, you can call me Tanks. Sure. My real name. I don't have a real name. Nick. Oh, thanks for reminding me. That's why Poo2 is the head mod. That is why. Right there. If anyone else forgets their name, check in with Poo2. You'll be assigned one or reminded of your previous name. Oh, God. All right. A little bit more Christmas moss to throw in there. Just a little bit more. You know, I want to make sure things are homely. Things are homely, hidey, hidey holes. Stir up the moss a little bit. Get it laying the way that I like. Then let's catch these straws. Put them in there. See if we get some fry after a little bit. For some reason, when I picked the eggs and stuff with them, I didn't get any fry. I'm not sure why, but I also didn't do it in the most methodical way. So it's not necessarily that surprising, given the incompetence I displayed in the process. Two birds are cool. Sunny G actually knows what two birds are. Green flag. I definitely had to look that up. I was like, I did not realize that was a real thing. Oh man, I did not realize. Honestly, birds is a whole nother rabbit hole. I just can't. I can't go down. I don't have the mental capacity or ability. But there's a lot of birds. I'm like wandering around. I'm looking for a collection. Ah, here it is. There it is. That's what I was. All right, let's catch these Australs. We're in the home stretch of the stream. It's the last thing I got to do. And it's crazy because I just realized there's some other work stuff I need to do tonight. So it's gonna be a long night for me. But like we said, I'd rather be busy than not busy. Right? To the Australs. Welcome to the ground. Don't ask why the heat sealer's down. Budget cuts. I know I said don't ask, and then I gave you the answer. It's kind of confusing, but stick with me. Thank you. I love those birds who pretend to be trees, goofy eyes, and avoid size mouths. As long as they can't eat me, we're fine. As long as they can't eat me, we're fine. I do have a friend that is legitimately scared of birds. Like, you wouldn't really expect it, but he's so terrified of birds. Like, truly cannot stand them. Bro, did you just eat all the food? This guy's looking fat. I swear he didn't look that fat last time I saw him. But I did put in some food a little bit ago. Listen, bro. I can't afford a lap band surgery for a fish. Okay? Keep it reasonable. I'll have to put you on the water treadmill. Uh, okay. I'm struggling with the. This is another example of bad working space. I keep getting to the point where the fish is in the net. I'm lifting it out the water, but then my wrist is just cramping. Uh, the nice thing about killifish is a lot of them, at least in my experience, are not too hard to catch. Like, they're just not that scared of the net, so. So I got that guy. Please remember to keep these fish in a container air stone. We don't know the cut because situation. Oh yeah. Dan uses big nets and nets with a small one. Yeah, big nets help a lot. Um, all my big nets right now are drying, so I'm using this tiny net. So I'm a cross contamination warrior. I usually rinse my nets at least, or just let them dry for a long period of time before I use them for something else. But the killifish are not too hard to catch. My problem right now is just this angle is the problem. It's the 2 inches of working space. I wish my wrists were just a little smaller. But we're about to get the female of this pair. She's a bit more lively than the dude. She's also looking pretty fat in a good way. Definitely think they'll get to it. Well, they've already been spawning in this tank, but there's all sorts of stuff going on. All right, there we go. Got the fish. And now a plant is stuck on my net. All right. I have a fish net collection too. Yeah, do you keep fish or do you keep buckets of fish equipment? My bad. I tabbed out to real quickly turn the light back on because it turned off. Kind of need to be able to see these guys. They're getting ready to go. Let's get them in the tank real quick. I'm envious of people with fish rooms. Yeah. Working room helps too. Hey, Janu in the chat popping in. Says, what's up, bro? Thanks for the aquatic isopods. You really leveled up my tank game. Hey, that's all you, man. You did the leveling up. Happy to supply the pods. The pods can only do so much, so you got to take some credit. You got to take some credit. But welcome, welcome. I always love when the isopod agenda checks in on the streams. We caught some isopods earlier that are going out tomorrow. So definitely gonna keep slinging them pods. Everyone's saying hi to Janu in the chat. What's up? What's up? I really like shrimp nets too. I do. All right, I'm letting the dust settle. Let's take a look at these fish in the new tank. I'll work on, quote unquote, scaping it and all that kind of stuff as we go. But just wanted to get it a little bit more high. I prefer for this kind of situation. I think I need a kind of a floating wisteria kind of a thing in here. But here we go. Got the two lovers. We hope they got a little bit more privacy, and I think they're really gonna like it in there. Gotta kind of fill things up with moss. Sunny G says nice killies. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, got it all loaded up with moss. Got the price sticker. What more could a fish want? So definitely looking forward to get some fry from these guys. Sure. I'll probably get some wisteria to float on the top for any fry to hide in. We'll see if it works like that. That's kind of how I prefer to breed killies. The Aphysimian Hera fry, I got a good amount of. I say as I come over to the fry tank and I see none. But some of them are getting big enough. I feel like I can actually sex them, which is cool. It's actually crazy that I don't see any right now. So I'm gonna move on. Past the Galars, what you doing, buddy? Yeah, your fins are looking a little bit better. I just moved them here. Wow, nice reddish color. Yeah, the Astrals are really pretty, man. A pair of these, almost exact looking ones went for like dumb cheap at the last ACM auction. It was like $14 or something ridiculous. So definitely a good one. They're going around a lot right now. So if you're interested, Aphysimian Astrale, they're pretty available right now, I think. Yeah, he is looking fed. And this is a tank that already had Daphne in it, so I'm sure they'll get to eating that Daphne, no problem. No problem. But yeah, my Killie, these guys, I just put them in their own tank. They were having some marital problems. This guy got his fins kind of ripped up, a little fungusy. They've been repairing. He was being really rough on her. I got him in the new tank. They've been totally chill with each other now. She's looking great. Her fins were like super torn up. She's getting back into it. So really pretty fish. I'm looking forward to having a bunch of fry from these guys. I just got to get them back into good condition. Fuji said he looks so sad. I think he wants some food, man. Let's feed them. Let's feed him some extra food. Why he delete that? He looks so sad. He did. He does. This man. Well, he kind of deserves it because he tore her fins up when I first had them. I never had that problem with the Dwarford Galaris, really. I'm looking for where I put my food at, in case you're wondering. Now you know. But yeah, he had like tore her fins up. So I kind of like redid things, separated them for a bit, put them back together in there, put a little salt in the tank that thing. And, they've been chilled and not been beating up on each other. But it's like now he's the one that got the messed up fins. And it's kind of like, see, you get what you put out in the world. I need to try Daphne again. Yeah, Daphne is really useful. I've been enjoying having enough Daphne that like I can feed specific things when I want. There's the food. He started dancing and looked less sad. The comment no one understood the Buster. Admonia show up in a tub. I don't remember putting them in. Yeah, their eggs can get in all sorts of places. All right, let's feed these guys. Let's see if they'll eat. I'll see if they'll eat the food out my fingers again. I got a little pellet. Let's see. Can they find it if I do this? Ah, working space. Working space. I dropped it. It's over here. It's over here. Oh my god, bro. She's so oblivious. Oh, you're just biting my finger. There's no food there. You're just biting my finger. No, that's just a finger. Ah! Ah! Dude, legit just bit my finger. The food is over here. Bro, are you serious right now? The food is here. That is duckweed. Okay. This is embarrassing. Really embarrassing for her. Okay, okay, okay. Nope. Okay. Let me just little movement. Little movement. Does that help? Does that help? No? You're gonna bite my finger again, don't you? Aren't you? I put the food on my palm and put my hand in the tank, they swim right over and lay my hand. Yeah. I have a working space issue right now. The light has like fallen down. But you know, the fish did bite me. So that was exciting. Let me put some other pellets in there. Damn fish so lost. Putu, I know you've been doing the Monia and the Daphnia. Have you done enough of them, one or the either, to compare the two? I know they're compared against each other often. I'm curious. Curious how they measure up. I've only done the Daphnia Magna. One second. I'm fixing the lid. Bruh. The lid is falling into the tank. I constructed it so poorly. But there's also some other issues. Some other issues here. Some airline issues. Alright. Well, anyways. Sheesh. The dust settled a little bit here. They're gonna have a good time there for sure. They're gonna have a good time. I ate a little bit. He's still looking a little bit grumpy. I changed your water today. I put your medication in there, a little salt. I'm gonna put some more Daphne in here. I think she's at the top. Yeah, she's hogging the food. All right, guys. That was a lot of fish chores. That was a lot. You know, we do be chatting, we do be yapping. Not every time does anything actually get done. This time, we got a good amount of stuff done while yapping. So, thank you for that. Whew. Next stream will be horizontal. Sunny G says, I want to do year-round fairy shrimp tub. Yeah, man, that's where I'm at. Fairy shrimp. As soon as I can figure out how to get those to work, it's gonna be a party. I'm going to get off stream, take a shower, maybe it'll turn into a bath, and dream that my fish make more fish and never die again. Oh my gosh. It's been fun hanging out with y'all. Jodi P, of course. Sunny G stopping in near the end. Pooty Bird, our mod in chief, holding it down in the chat. In print, our designated YN, coming from the scud infested streets of LA. Bob, I know you stopped by. Just L, getting many laughs out of Pooty in the chat. Thanks for holding it down. Just LPB, stopping through. Don't collapse the floors in your apartment. Jesse, always concerned about Ada. Appreciate you. Ashley, stopping by. Still wishing you good luck with the triplets. Of course, over in Texas, Kamzik stopped by to shill for Home Depot 5-gallon buckets. It's crazy. Salient Aquatics. We're all just waiting to see, will the dress fit? Will the dress fit? Gills to Gardens coming through. Blacksmithing, cooking through the chat. Good luck to you on your journeys. Stop by Ren Fair, man. Maybe it'll work. Sunny G says, thanks, Tanks. Poochie said, wash those gloveless hands. Yep, my whole body. Next stream, my eyebrows will not be this bad. Jodi P says, thanks for streaming the box of goodies, Nick. Hey, don't thank me yet. Don't thank me yet. I might send you a box of planaria. You never know. And with that, this is in my tanks.